Michelle, that's funny. Why didn't you tell me that on Friday or Thursday? That's funny crap right there.
What?
The website with the crazy wacky dudes on the Barbie cars rolling downhill and tumbling and crashing, and Fester told you about this, and then you looked it up, or did Fester?
Hold on, ye of terrible short-term memory.
Hold on, ye. Who are you referring to?
You.
Oh, welcome everybody. It is the MJ Morning Show. Now, moments ago, before we came on the air here, and I turned on the microphones, Michelle's like, "Oh, I forgot to tell you the name of that website for the crazy Barbie car races." Hold on, what's wrong? Fix whose camera? Oh, Michelle, you got to point your camera toward you. You're not on the.
There we go.
There you go.
That's the best reason to watch.
Wait a second. Michelle turns the camera away when she's putting on some a little bit of makeup.
I call it putting on my face.
Yeah, and Michelle doesn't wear that much makeup. It's very light, but she tilts the camera away every morning. I'm like, Michelle, we're not on the air. Andrew doesn't activate the cameras until the show starts. So
I don't activate the camera on my computer, but you always tell me to put a piece of tape over it.
Listen,
someone else could be activating it from somewhere else.
I get it, but Andrew has to turn on our janky camera system.
I don't know.
Which, by the way, I'm told whenever the hell we get into the new studio, we will have a new MJ TV camera system. Oh, speaking of janky, we got to talk about our website changes. Oh my God. Oh, we were off for days. Our website was down.
Oh,
yeah, and
nobody noticed.
That's no. I got people.
Okay.
Yeah. So from my link, it was. I'll explain later on, and then the website that they put up, corporate redid the websites, and we ended up with the jankiest looking. I got to be honest, the old one's better.
We weren't crazy about that.
The old one, yeah. Man, there's just so much crap to do here. There's a lot. So, quickly, back to the Barbie car. So, last week sometime, Michelle's like cracking up at home. She's laughing. We're getting ready to go to bed, and Michelle is in bed already. I'm finishing up, in the bathroom. I'm popping my cholesterol pill. And I hear Michelle laughing. I walk over. I'm like, what's so funny? And she's like, this website that Michelle's watching where these grown guys are on these, like, kids, like, little Barbie cars.
Yeah.
And they're flying down a hill. And they're wrecking. They're overturning. They're tumbling. The things are breaking. And then the guys are running across the finish line, like, holding the busted up parts of the car. I guess you just got to get yourself in the car across the finish line any way you can. So Michelle just says to me minutes ago, oh, I forgot to mention the name of the website that I how did this suddenly just pop in your head?
Oh, because I opened up my Surface and it was still on one of the websites.
Oh, so why don't you tell everyone the name of the website that you were watching these crazy dudes in 5-year-old girls' Barbie cars flying down a steep dirt hill?
Well, no, you have to go to YouTube to watch it, but it's Rednecks with Paychecks. Apparently they have a lot of entertainment offered on their website.
They're a main provider of Barbie Jeep racing material.
Right. Well, hold on. It's a website or it's just the account name on YouTube?
It's both. Rednecks with Paychecks has their own website that they promote their activity, live entertainment. You got some girls in some bikinis. It looks like they do a little bit of bikini contest.
Yeah, yes.
And then they've got some off-roading contests, it looks like running through mud like yourself just for the fun of it.
Everything looks like a good time on their site.
Yes, everything looks. And then the world famous Barbie downhill competition. And it's got some guy in a brown overalls over a camouflage like hoodie thing getting knocked off a Barbie car.
MJ, I've watched hundreds of hours of Barbie car racing.
How could there possibly be hundreds of hours of Barbie car adult male racing?
There's probably 100 of them.
Is this big in like Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia? Where are these things held? Well, they're hilly areas.
Yeah, I mean, I think anywhere from the middle of Texas to the middle of North Carolina.
Texas is flat as hell. They're not. You can't do a downhill race in Texas.
It's a hill. It's not mountains.
I realize that, but I don't think
it
there
is.
any.
Wait, Fester's right.
Yeah.
St. Joe, Texas.
Oh, really?
Get tickets.
It's a hill.
Well, I stand corrected then.
It's not like
there is a hill in Texas.
Nobody's skiing down this hill.
The only hill in Florida, I think, is in Claremont.
You want the 4-day pass?
No, I don't want the 4-day pass.
You want the high roller pass? I can get you the high roller pass.
Wait, how much is the high roller pass?
$175.
What do you get to like cruise the pit and meet the crazy rednecks driving the Barbie cars?
It's good for all 4 days and nights.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
so
spring break.
Rednecks with paychecks.
That's just one of them. But yeah, MJ, there's a lot, and it's fun. And I don't know how these guys don't get seriously injured.
Yeah.
Is that REDNECKS or is it REDNEX?
No. CKS.
Oh, rednecks.
They can spell. The rednecks can spell.
Rednecks with paychecks. Hey, because when you think of REDNEX, also,
I know what you're thinking of.
hold on. When you think of REDNEX, what do you think of right off the bat?
Cotton Eye Joe.
Damn right.
A
long time ago. Where do you come from? Where do you go? Where do you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? You know these guys aren't even American, right? You know that, right? Really? Remember this song?
I love it.
The Rednecks. You know where they're from?
It was like Finland or something, or
Close, yeah. From Sweden.
yeah.
Where do you come from? Where do you go? Where do you come from? Cotton Eye Joe. What was this, like 1996 or something? Where do you go? Where do you come from? Cotton Eye Joe. Yes, a Swedish country band. Andrew says 1994.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
I don't know if they're rednecks with paychecks anymore. I don't know what kind of demand there is for a Swedish country band.
You know what? I'd go see them.
Yeah.
I'd let them sing their one song for 45 minutes, and I'd pay all my money. So on Thursday, I brought this up. Somehow Michelle and I were talking about something, and I said, hey, if you want some good entertainment, you type in Barbie Jeep Racing.
I know.
And then she did it Thursday night, and briefly you mentioned it Friday morning. That's what I meant when I said earlier, bad memory.
All right, so we're allegedly a little less than 4 hours away from Katy Perry in space.
Oh, yeah, today's the day. I forgot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Blue Origin and Operation Wanker Rocket goes up at 10 a.m., so we got plenty to discuss regarding that. Andrew, did you find the Katy Perry interview? Yeah, we got all. Katy Perry did an interview with the Associated Press. We got a couple of bites of that. The couple of things here. And remember last week we told you that Katy Perry did an interview and said that she's putting the ass in astronaut.
Good for her.
Really?
Good for her.
A little lowbrow, I think.
That's all right.
Yeah. The question is, will this thing launch? I mean, it's so hyped. What if there is some kind of a technical issue? And I'm not talking about them blowing up in midair.
No.
I'm talking about what if the launch is scrubbed? What if this thing is delayed? What if the launch is aborted? They got some kind of a bad reading just before they push the big red button to launch this thing. That'd be a little bit of an embarrassment.
Yeah, they're not going far.
Does this take off in Cape Canaveral?
No, it's in Texas.
Okay, I didn't know.
It's right from the downhill Jeep rednecks course. it's somewhere. It's in Texas. Look, I got a whole info sheet we can get to later on with Katy Perry, Gayle King. You got Jeff Bezos's fiance, wife to be, Lauren Sanchez. Again, everyone wants to know what happens to all the filler in her face in Zero Gravity. That's what I want to know.
Also, here.
Yeah, up front, if she has female enhancements up front.
Yeah.
I don't know how many boob jobs have been in space before.
Right. This could be a first.
Is this the
boob
first?
jobs in space.
I mean, I don't think Sally Ride had fake boobs. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I have to look really close.
That's terrible.
Sally Ride.
That's terrible. All right, listen. We have to congratulate Fester later on. Fester's a champion. Oh, my God. Big Fester congratulations coming up.
Yes.
We are just getting rolling. It is a whole new week of MJ Morning Show, dumpster fire, crap casting, and you're all a part of it, ladies and gentlemen, and we're highly appreciative. Back in minutes, kind of a roundup of crap that interests me, the early edition. Next, hang on.
Good morning. There are no major incidents.
It is the MJ Morning Show, rolling up on 6:20. Hey, everybody. MJ here. It's Fester over there, Michelle over there. Man, I'm disappointed. I found out about this after the freaking fact, Michelle. We would have done a road trip up to the Villages. Have we ever been to the Villages? I don't think I've ever been.
Yes.
We went one time.
One time.
Whoa. When was that?
Dave Reinhardt's funeral was in.
It wasn't his funeral. It was a celebration of life.
Okay, well, call it what you
that's
want. It is what it is.
That's right. Our he was so good.
Great. The best. But yeah.
Former general manager. Hello, Dave Reinhardt. You know, folks remember Dave from the MJ and BJ days, and some of the years of just the MJ Morning Show. Yeah, he was our general manager over at J-Core and Clear Channel.
Yeah, great guy.
Yeah, that was before they shifted to iHeart, right?
Yeah.
And
then everything went to hell.
Yeah, I tell you, he was such a great one of the best GMs we've ever had, and yeah, rest in peace, Dave Reinhardt. Love the guy, and
Absolutely.
that's right. But it wasn't. It was kind of right off I-75. It wasn't.
That's the Villages.
Yeah.
It's like 30 minutes off of I-75.
No, we didn't drive 30 minutes off of I-75. It was not far off of I-75 where we went.
All right.
All right, listen, let me rephrase. I've never been to the heart of the Villages, okay?
Maybe you should go.
I've never been to the village of Casablanca.
Okay,
or
those are
whatever-
neighborhoods.
whatever.
Those are like subdivisions.
I know that.
Okay, so
But-
I don't think it's like its own little town.
I've
with
never
like a mayor and goblins.
I've never been to the center of Golf Cartapalooza, okay?
Maybe you need to explore it.
No, I don't need to explore it. I'll tell you what. When I get to the retirement age,
Aren't you there already?
no, I'm not. We stop it.
Pretty close.
No, I'm
Yeah.
not. I'm
Yes.
not even
Yes.
close to. Get out of here.
Yes, you are.
Not even. No, I'm not.
Close.
So there's no. I'm telling you right now. I will never, ever, ever, ever live in the Villages.
Oh my God, it looked like heaven. We were driving through there, and I'm like, there's all these happy old people driving golf carts. We had to stop off at the Publix before the celebration of life.
Uh-huh.
And
Hold on. Would you go get a sandwich before the celebration of?
yeah, I got a pub sub right before. I wanted a nosh. and I-
Oh, that's food. That's all you do.
well, it was a long drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is pre-heaven, by the
I
way.
hadn't eaten in 35 or 40 minutes.
Hold on.
I'm like,
Hold on. The village. I haven't eaten in 35 or 40 minutes.
I was like, let's stop in public.
Takes a lot to keep this infrastructure going. Hold on. Did you say? What did you just say, Michelle? You said
It's pre-heaven because he said it's
Hold
like
on.
heaven. I'm
The-
like, it's pre-heaven.
the villages are pre-heaven.
Pre-heaven.
It's like God's waiting room.
Right. Thank you. There you
God.
go.
All right.
Dead
I love it.
soon now.
All right. So why am I bringing up the villages, and what the hell did we
Yeah.
miss?
I mean, you said this act or this person. I thought you were talking about Boy George because we went into the culture club.
Yeah. Yeah.
No. Boy George did not perform in the villages, but when you think of, I'm going to call him Chocolate Velvet,
Uh-huh.
and he's about your size, Fester, maybe actually a little bit larger.
You would not have gone up there to see that guy.
Do you even know who I'm talking about?
When you think of Chocolate Velvet my size, one person comes to mind.
Let's see if you have any idea who.
Ruben Studdard.
Oh my God! How did you know that?
Because he and I share an almost identical body physique, except he has incredible talent and I have sarcasm. I mean, that's the
How did you know? I saw this over the weekend. I'm doing prep for the show, and I'm like, oh my God, we missed it. Luther Vandross, right, was celebrated. The songs of Luther celebrated by Ruben Studdard, one of the early American. Did he win, or was he just a runner-up?
Oh, he was a winner. He won like
Yeah.
season 2 or 3
Was
or
that?
something
Yeah.
like that.
All right, so I've lost track of who won, because
Kelly Clarkson won the first one.
because some of the runner-ups have done very, very well. Like the dude that is like the front man of Queen now. What's his name? Adam
Lambert.
Yeah, Adam Lambert.
I mean,
Did he? Did he win? He didn't win.
he finished like 5th or 6th that
Yeah,
year.
but there are some folks that have done very, very well. It just doesn't seem that in the last like 10 or 15 years of American Idol, there have been much
Not massive.
successes, right?
I mean, there's been some hillbilly country singers who have endorsements for Copenhagen or
but-
something.
but
They've done well.
This is funny. Man, I like the guy. Remember Ruben
He won
Studdard?
season 2.
He won season 2.
So his nickname is the Velvet Teddy Bear. So when you said
Oh.
when you said chocolate
Chocolate velvet.
so chocolate's nowhere in his nickname, but it made sense to me when you said it.
But remember what a likable guy he was. I mean, he's still
It is,
he's
it is.
still alive.
It is.
But I'm talking about my memories of American Idol. That's what I haven't seen American Idol since I think 2010.
if you want to see
It's been a long time.
if you want to see American Idol alums singing classics, we have Clay Aiken singing Katie Lang.
Great. Essentially, if Ryan Seacrest is on it, I avoid it. Like, I haven't watched any of the new Wheel of Fortune.
I will tell you, season 11,
Yeah.
you actually like this song.
What?
The song, it's called Home and Gone, Gone, Gone by Philip Phillips. When you hear it on the radio, you're like, oh, I like that song. That dude won season 11.
Yeah.
What's that one? Hey, Andrew, bring that song up. What is it?
I don't think you played
You know
on
what's
this.
happening, MJ?
What is the name of the song again?
There's 2 songs, Home and Gone, Gone, Gone.
What's the one I like?
I think it's Gone, Gone, Gone.
So
I think it's Home.
Oh, maybe it is. I don't know.
while American Idol is still important on the American landscape
Right.
to some people, it's not the phenomenon
No.
that it was
Mhm.
before. So we knew Carrie Underwood and Ruben Studdard. Now people are winning, and I don't watch it, but
Yeah.
I hear their songs later, and I find out, oh, that person was from season
Yeah.
12 or
All right.
season 16.
All right, so Ruben Studdard had a night of the music of Luther Vandross on Saturday
That's cool.
in the Villages at something called the Tracy. What the hell is that? Is that like a theater named after Tracy Morgan? Or Tracy Ullman?
No, it's Tracy Morgan.
Come to the Tracy Theater and see a squirrel. What's the name of the guy he plays? I'm Brian Fellow, right?
All right, so
Yeah.
the Tracy is a performing arts center at
Okay.
the Villages High School.
Oh, wait a minute. Ruben Studdard did a high school auditorium in the Villages?
Listen, a big high school auditorium could probably fit a couple of thousand
hold on,
people.
wait a sec. Yeah. Exactly. Andrew just said exactly in my ear what I'm about to say.
What?
How many freaking kids are in the Villages that you need a high school? It's all like 75 and 82-year-old women and men.
That's the problem with people
What?
thinking about the Villages as all geriatrics. There's an enormous community of employees and support that helps the community function.
Yeah.
I mean, you go to a restaurant at the Villages, 96-year-old Blanche isn't getting your order.
Right.
And the person who is, she has a family and she has kids and they need
Right.
resources and they need preschools, they need high school.
How
Who's
do
the
you know-
caddy?
Whoa,
Who's the clerk at the Publix? Who's loading the shelves?
All right, hey,
Yeah.
how do you know that what's-her-face is not a waitress at 96? Maybe she fell for some kind of grandma scam. Maybe she lost all of her money. Maybe Social Security's just not cutting it, and she's got to work as a waitress at 96.
And I'm sure there's a couple of those out there, but generally speaking, it's a whole city that caters to geezers.
Anyway, Ruben Studdard, you know how old he is?
He is 48.
You're close. He's 46.
Wow.
I wouldn't think he was 46.
Well, you thought he was dead.
Wait a sec, but he was on American Idol 20 years ago.
Yeah.
20 years
So
ago.
it is a while.
2003,
Yeah.
2004.
Maybe more than that, 22 years ago, whatever the hell it was. Man, where the hell is time gone?
Good for him.
Anyway, I like Ruben Studdard, and he did a Luther Vandross tribute concert. The sultry vocals of Luther Vandross, and and according to the Villages News, it was drenched in R&B sensibility. I watched the Blues Brothers again over the weekend. Speaking of R&B, yeah,
He didn't sing any of those songs, did he?
I watched the extended cut with all the scenes that were cut out.
Oh, I've never
Because-
seen that.
Yeah, like Dan Aykroyd pulling into that narrow garage with the high voltage transformers to recharge the superpowers of the Bluesmobile.
Because we need more of this idiocy.
Which did? Oh, we stop it! It's one of the greatest movies of all time. Yeah. So yeah, Ruben Studdard and Michelle. We miss Ruben Studdard
I'm sorry.
and the lovely. What songs do we play that? Hold on, really? Hold on. Yeah. So we have an issue with YouTube that if I play music on the video stream, which many people are watching us right now on MJTV, that if we play certain music, the YouTube algorithm, it blocks us out, and suddenly it's not available for rebroadcast. So the live stream exists, but every live stream is saved, and then you can go back and watch any of our shows on YouTube TV, on MJTV on YouTube. But certain songs we get blocked for not having like the copyright clearance and authority. So you never know. You never know what's going to get you booted. But I'm just enjoying some Luther Vandross, which I'm sure Ruben Studdard did some of these big hits up in the Villages on Saturday night. Yeah, Luther Vandross, Stop to Love, and ooh, Never Too Much. Ooh, Luther Vandross. Oh, yeah. Don't say Luther Vandross. Luther Vandross.
What a-
Yeah.
I'm sure it was
Hey,
a good show.
What was the? Let's see if we can really get kicked off YouTube. What was the song that Michelle brought up just a second ago? And I said, find it. Andrew, Michelle, what was it?
It was Philip Phillips.
Yeah, what's the name of it? Home?
Either Home or Gone, Gone, Gone.
No, I think I like Home.
All right.
What's his name again? Philip Phillips?
Yes, Philip Phillips.
Yeah.
I
Aren't
tell you
those-
this every time it comes on.
Aren't those the crazy Canadian cartoon guys on South Park?
No, that's
Philip and
Philip
somebody.
and Trent or something.
Oh
like
yeah, Terrence.
Terrence.
Yes.
Terrence and Philip. Thank
Terrence and
you.
Philip, yes.
I should know this.
Yes.
Sorry, Julian. Yeah.
Hey, did you find the song I'm looking for, Andrew? Oh, Andrew's trying to find it. So is that the? I can like hear it. I can't sing it.
Right, exactly.
But no, you're right. I like that. So why'd you bring that up?
Because he won season 11 of American Idol.
That's why. Andrew, did you find the song I'm looking for? Yes.
It's
Forget it.
He was named after the cigarette company.
Philip Phillips. need more Phil and Phillips in his name. How can we add even more?
How many people do you know have the same first and last name? Do you know anyone else?
What?
Do you know anyone else?
Yeah, I knew a Courtney once.
Really?
I
I knew
don't
an
know.
Aaron.
My brother did a fellowship in
Really?
Adelaide, Australia, with a doctor called David.
See?
Yeah, I mean,
Who
they're
does
out-
this?
Very famous craniofacial guy. Drew, my bro, did a whole year with that famous craniofacial guy, maxiofacial, craniofacial in Australia.
I
But how
wonder-
many people name their kids?
You know what the last name's going to be.
Right.
So
You-
I wonder if there's any Todds out
Oh,
there.
what about pizza?
Yes, that's fantastic.
All right, I don't want to get too late here. Early Morons of the News next. Oh, I love it. Early Morons in minutes on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105, 104.7 FM. It's time for the Morons in the News. 6:41 at the MJ Morning Show. What are you giving me a look for, Fester?
Why are we playing this?
It's a rejoiner. It's a bumper for Morons in the News. Why can't I run a little Chrissy Hind and the Pretenders?
Are you broadcasting from the golden microphone with half your brain tied behind your back?
No, I'm using a nickel finish microphone.
Hello, ditto heads.
With 8% of my brain tied behind my back. You know, like this is a great song.
Today we're gonna piss
Come on. Do you know anything else by the Pretenders? And we'll bring up.
I know nothing by the Pretenders.
Oh my God!
And this is the intro music to Rush Limbaugh's show.
Rush, yes. Limbaugh, may he rest in peace. Limbaugh used that as a show intro for decades.
Yeah, it's the only
but
time ever.
Dude, it's a real song. It's the Pretenders, for crying out loud.
Okay, I can't. I didn't even know that was a band.
Oh, come on. Hold on. You never heard of now, let me find some more. Oh, come on. What about this one here? Don't get me wrong. You
Okay, great.
Come on, Fester.
It's a 1983 teenagers party. Okay, big deal. I mean, it's okay.
Hold on, the vocal creeps in here. Come on, what a Brummel, one of my faves.
Brass in pocket.
Also, Grace Slick, another one of my favorite female voices.
Okay, great.
Come on. What about I'll Stand By You? Come on. Fester, you disappoint me musically. Oh, come on.
Dude, I'm here to tell jokes, not tuck up songs.
All right, anyway. Where the hell was I? Oh, because you distracted me.
Because you're playing the Rush Limbaugh
You
music.
threw us off course because I played a Pretenders.
It's the theme to Rush Limbaugh. I had no idea. I mean, I heard all the other songs, but I didn't. tie it
It's
to
a
one band.
Pretenders song. Before Limbaugh used this as a show intro for 30 years. I wonder if they played this at his funeral.
What else?
I mean, they should have. There should have been like the intro music before the the pastor walked on. Anyway, so can I go to Morons in the News now? Look what you did to me.
Sure, go ahead.
Derailed me like a freaking Amtrak.
Like a truck just parked right on the track.
All right, bad news for a Los Angeles television station.
What happened?
They accidentally tweeted out the N-word. How do you accidentally tweet out the N-word or X out? What do you do now? It's an X. Listen, it's still tweet to
I think
me.
they're still called tweets.
Yeah.
But it's a different platform. How does that happen?
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is a big station. This is KTLA, and people are calling it KKKTLA.
I mean, if the shoe fits.
Yeah. A Los Angeles TV news channel posted a single word tweet, one word, the N-word, on Friday. And outrage, the station had to apologize for a technical error. No. The N-word being tweeted out is not a technical error. Somebody had to do that. Yeah, KTLA is Channel 5 in Los Angeles. And they tweeted out the N-word, racial slur, no context. It happened on Friday morning, and then people quickly screenshotted it, knowing that, oh, man, this is going to be gone pretty soon. So people start screenshotting the N-word before the station could delete it. People were like, commenting, oops, someone's getting fired today.
It's someone's last day.
Yeah. Oh, here. And then here's one of the KKKTLAs. So the station is KTLA, and somebody wrote, KKKTLA just took their white hood off.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
So.
And then KTLA, they quickly posted an apology. Listen to this. KTLA experienced a technical error while adding language filters to our social media accounts, resulting in an offensive word being accidentally shared. We are appalled and apologize that this occurred.
That makes no sense.
Well, hold on. What do you like have to enter all the bad words into a language? What is this? What is this so-called language filter? Oh, let's come up with every single bad word, curse word.
Yes.
Oh,
X gives its users the ability to mute certain words on its platform,
Do you have to-
effectively blocking them from seeing any tweets that include said words.
all right, but do you have to?
And so they were trying to put words in to ban it,
So
and I guess
someone's got to type in the N word to ban it, and then somebody actually push the button to publish it.
Right. So whoever was running the social media account at the time put that word in to add it to the profile's list of filtered words
That they don't want to see, or they don't
Right.
want to.
and somehow it entered tweet or X instead, and so it got published instead of going in the list of filtered words.
All right, so somebody had to type in like a slur for Jews, a slur
Right.
for Hispanics, a slur for black people.
Right.
You know what? The slur for white people, like honkies, does that even get put in there?
I actually think the slurs for white people are some of the most entertaining words. out there.
Whitey,
Whitey, honky,
Honky.
cracker. I love them all.
Oh,
I mean, I can't even say them without laughing.
All right.
But imagine if you're KTLA and you're getting DMs, right?
Yeah.
And the person's using very, very vile language.
Right.
And the news director says, I don't want to see anything else like that around here. So you try to add that word into the filter so you don't even receive their DMs except you assign the moron in the newsroom to do it, and they tweet it out.
Right.
And then leave it there for 15 minutes before it comes around to, hey, by the way, has anybody checked our Twitter lately?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not like they use it. I don't know. It sucks.
So I guess Michelle found that you can mute certain words, but you have to type in a list of the words that you want muted.
Yeah, so I muted the word MJ on all of my socials, so I see nothing that has your name on it.
Oh,
And,
man, I actually have some good stuff I posted over the weekend, which I'll get to later on. I ran into a celebrity yesterday. And if you follow me on Twitter, I'm not on Twitter. If you follow me on, technically I am, but I just don't use Twitter anymore, or X. If you follow me on Instagram, you've already seen it. That's why I encourage people to follow me on Instagram at Certified MJ Radio, because then you would know already which big celebrity I ran into yesterday and took a picture with. So if you want to get a jump on it, go to Certified MJ Radio. And I'll get into this a little bit later on. So, the news channel, I guess, we're adding certain mute words, blocking them from seeing any tweets that include the words. The explanation indicates that the station's social media coordinator meant to add the N-word to its list of muted words, but accidentally posted it instead.
I mean,
Oops.
It's a understandable explanation.
Mm-hmm.
It's an unacceptable result.
Right, right.
They claimed it was a technical error. Is that really a technical error?
It's an idiocy error. I mean, you technically didn't know how to do it. So
Somebody's fingers error.
Yeah, let me type in the word I want muted, and then I'll hit the tweet button to publish it, to tweet it out, or X it out, or whatever the hell. I don't even know what you call it these days. Wow, that's very, very unfortunate.
Yes. Unfortunate's the word I'll go with.
Let me tell you what else is unfortunate. These deranged nut job parents tattooing their young kids with a staple. So are they using a metal staple? Did they the staple has like a U shape. Did they like bend it out and then use ink and then listen to this.
It's like a prison tattoo or something?
You know what? It seems that way. A deranged Texas couple has pleaded guilty to forcibly tattooing their two young children while they were restrained, gagged, and blindfolded, and then laughed about the abuse when this was discovered. The mother and stepfather, Megan and Gunnar Farr, admitted to using a staple to do the tattooing to the 5 and 9-year-old kids, and then frantically trying to remove the markings by scraping and rubbing the children's skin so hard that skin was removed, according to Child Protective Services in Texas. My God. I mean, some people, they should never be allowed to have children again. Oh, my God. I mean, don't tie your tubes. Just take them out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. I mean, when I hear a story like this, it's just awful. Yeah, there were visible injuries, specific location tattoo, and appeared the flesh was removed, as according to an interim police chief at the location in Texas where this happened. Zavala? I never heard of Zavala, Texas. Zavalla.
Texas has a lot of little crummy towns you really haven't heard of.
Yeah. Wow. And then Andrew's also telling me I didn't also know they have 4 mountain ranges in Texas. Do they really? They have mountain ranges in Texas? All right, folks, when we get back, Fester broke something. Yeah, Fester rolled in at the beginning of this segment holding a broken item. Oh, my God. What are they going to do? What are people going to do?
What are they? I have no idea.
All right, Fester just broke something that's going to piss a lot of people off in the office. So Fester has the item. I'm looking at it right now. What did Fester break in the office a short time ago that's going to alienate a lot of the staff? Well, hang on. We'll tell you next on the MJ Morning Show on Q105, 104.7 FM. Hey, Rejoining, you're going to belly.
Microphone doesn't pick it up.
Anyway.
Michelle's mic is turned away. Mic 2 is off.
You sound fine to me, except when you sound a little hollow.
I've listened to recordings of our show where my mic just drops out. It's sucky equipment.
All right.
It just comes in lower.
7 o'clock at the MJ Morning Show. Just project a little bit, all right?
Project!
Why don't you put the whole microphone in your mouth? No. Oh, my, don't really do that. You don't know where that microphone has been. It might have been up some weekender's butt. I mean, you don't know.
No.
All right. So
that's Gino right there. I taste.
What did Fester break?
Yeah, I don't know how this is going to work out.
It's a new game show. What did Fester break? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the brand new game show of the MJ Morning Show. It's time for What Did Fester Break? All right, so Fester, right before we started Morons in the News in the last segment. Oh, quickly, I didn't even finish up one of the moron stories. So the asinine, horrific couple in Texas that were tattooing their little kids with staples. The reason why the story is coming back up is they're getting sentenced now.
Good.
Yeah, it happened back in 2023, but they're about to get sentenced. Yeah, they were arrested 2 years ago, April 24th, 2023, but they are about to be sentenced. Yeah, why would it take so long to sentence them?
The wheels of justice.
Terrible story.
Snow in Texas.
Anyway, where was I? Oh, so Fester, right at the beginning of Morons in the News, before we came on the air in the last segment, Fester walks in with a broken office item.
An essential item, really.
And Fester says, uh-oh. Guess what we only have one of in the entire building? Fester, go ahead and grab the item.
All right.
And bring it up to MJTV, would you please?
All right, here it is.
Fester just broke the only coffee pot. Hold on. How does it have a perfect circle almost?
Here's the glass.
What happened? What'd you do? All right, Fester is holding up the glass coffee pot.
Is this called like a carafe or
I
something?
I don't drink coffee. This has no effect on my life. You can smash all the coffee pots on the planet as far as I'm concerned, because I just don't care. But Fester is holding up the glass coffee pot that goes underneath the coffee machine where the coffee drips into.
And I smashed a perfect hole into the side of it.
Dude, it's like you're a burglar using a glass cutting tool to break into like a bank's window.
Right.
You know? How'd that happen?
So and you can tell by the dinginess of this coffee kettle, we never wash this thing. The extent of this getting washed is me being one of the first people in the morning and dumping yesterday's coffee, putting a little clean water and swishing it around, and then putting it back. And while I was swishing it around, it hit the side of the metal sink.
No. Oh, so you were trying to clean out the sludge and the residue.
I don't know if you can get an idea for how disgusting this really is on MJTV.
So what you did was you were swirling it to clean it, and then you whacked the side of the coffee pot into the stainless steel sink in the kitchen, and you knocked the hole. But how do you get a perfect round hole? How does that happen?
I don't know. I don't know that I could do it if I had 1,000 tries.
No, you couldn't do that again.
You know, it's a perfect hole, and there's a perfect hole in the side of this coffee pot.
Do that again.
We do not have any spares. I don't know. We hire a company to
Aramark.
Oh, the RK is still on the kettle.
Aramark. They're the one. They do like uniforms and don't they do like tablecloths and chef outfits and
I
they
think
do
you do
all
every supply you need for your business.
Yeah.
It's not your business.
like I think if you have your mechanics in like mechanic uniforms that say like Freddy on a little patch, I think they do those types of uniforms and all that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So Fester needs to call real quick and get a
the Aramark
new
guy,
carafe.
he needs to get to stepping and send
Oh
us
my
some more
God!
crap.
Does anyone work for? Do we use Aramark? Do they?
It says their name on the
Yeah,
unless we
but
stole it from another office.
I don't know. So right now, anyone coming to the Beasley Media Group Studios, Tampa Bay, to work today, thinking they're going to start their day with a fresh cup of coffee,
Stop off at Circle K.
you're screwed.
Go to Wawa.
Oh my God!
Do something else.
Oh man!
So I'm thinking about just putting it back on like the little.
Oh, Fester.
Alert! 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 Fester has broken the only glass coffee pot in the Beasley Media Group Tampa Bay kitchen.
Sorry,
So-
guys.
that yeah. Just put it back and
just put it back.
see if you can like just precariously balance the glass hole. or wait a
Or
minute.
just turn it away.
Hang on a minute.
Just
Look,
turn it
hey,
away.
Look what I got. I got Scotch tape.
I'll tape it together.
Just tape it.
I'll tape it together. That'd be great. And then the first person comes in, they make the
morning pot of coffee.
and then it's just a horrific mess.
Oh, man.
Do
I would kill you,
Hey,
Fester.
Andrew, I just pulled the last 4 inches of tape off the spool.
We'll get more.
I'm going to need more tape.
We'll get more.
Which I don't think we have any budget for office supplies around here anymore. I
No.
think that's been cut out.
Yeah.
Our office supply budget has been doged. Elon Musk came through here.
We doged it before Doge was a thing.
I believe we're about to get fired as well. I think Michelle's working for freaking free, and I think she's about to get fired.
I think this coffee pot breakage put me over the,
That's
the
it.
hump of
Oh, dude.
Need to get rid of this
Dude,
guy.
so, I mean, that's terrible. There are people that are going to rely on coffee, and right now the coffee machine is unusable.
Man, maybe there's something they could come up with. I don't know if anybody has like a big mason jar. Bring
You know
it
what?
to work.
Oh, you just go get some gray duct tape and just put the piece back in
Yeah.
and duct tape it. Or, hi, Phil Swift for Flex Seal.
Do we have Flex Seal here?
I don't know.
I
Why
think-
don't you go look through the engineering department and see if they have some Flex Seal?
I think the new studio they're building for us will actually be held together with,
With Flex Seal.
Yes, it's really good. We're
We're going to submerge the entire new MJ Morning Show studio in this pond. And the whole bottom of the floor has been put together with Flex Seal. I'm Phil Swift.
They're actually a title sponsor of our new studio.
Does our good buddy Anthony Sullivan, does he like Phil Swift?
Probably hates his guts.
But you know what?
I imagine they're all friends.
Where's my phone? We haven't talked to Sully in a while. I wonder if Sully will pick up. Hang on a minute. Let me call Sully.
Don't all these announcer types, hang out?
I don't know. Sully. Sully. Here we go. Anthony Sully. It might be a little early for him, but I don't know. See, hey, and listen, if he's overseas, if he's in the UK right now, it's what, 5 hours up?
The wireless customer you are calling is not available.
Oh.
Please try again later.
Oh, no, I misdialed. Hang on a minute. No.
I guess he showed you.
Hang on. Hey, answer phones, Andrew. They're ringing. I don't know who's calling. All right, I think I misdialed. Let me try it again here. I believe I did. Oh, here we go. Now it's ringing. What if Sully will pick up? We have permission to call him live anytime.
Hello?
Sully, it's MJ, Fester, and Michelle live.
What's up?
Dude, I'm glad you picked up. Are you in town or are you?
I am in town. I'm in town. I'm making my second cup of coffee. I'm living in my trailer in my driveway from the storms. So I'm in my Airstream in my driveway.
Well, guess what? We're going to send all of the employees. This is very funny. You just said you're making your second cup of coffee because Fester just broke the only coffee pot in the station break room.
I have in my hand They took the OG Italian mocha pot, and Dolce and Gabbana have like done something to it. And Fester, you got to get one.
Wait a minute, a D&G coffee pot?
a D&G, Dolce & Gabbana, Italian stovetop mocha pot, like the old way you make a cappuccino.
Oh,
On
the
the
stovetop metal one.
Yeah.
That's
Hey,
pretty
yeah.
fancy.
The bulbous glass ones that are in the typical office coffee machine. We have one. We have one at the Beasley Media Group, Tampa Bay, and Fester just broke the damn thing.
Why does the Beasley Media Group have like a name to it? It sounds like Mr. Schneebly from the School of Rock.
There you go. And our general manager's name is Ron Weasley.
From the Beasley Media Group, Mr. Beasley.
It is. You're right. Hey, the reason why we're calling you is I said to Fester, hey, put the coffee pot back together with some duct tape or get some of that flex.
Mighty Puppy.
But yeah,
Thank you. Because we were this close to using Flex Seal.
Well, yeah, I brought up Flex Seal and that guy Phil Swift, and then I asked the question. I wonder if Sully likes Phil Swift or if Sully wants to punch Phil Swift's lights out.
So, like having a beef with a feud. I met Phil Swift at a Home Depot convention.
Yeah.
And he's real little. Like he's kind of like Tom Cruise.
Right.
Like I thought he was going to be big, and he's like 5 feet tall. But I like Phil Swift. I think he encapsulated a little bit of Billy, and he made it his own. And why I like him a lot is the same reason why Jerry Seinfeld liked Phil Swift. Like he does good demos with that boat, the glass bottom boat. Like he owns it. I think Phil Swift is a force to be reckoned with. And let me tell you something. He sold a lot of that Flex Seal, Flex Tape. I could have used that during the storms. I'll tell you, I actually heard people were using Flex Seal to try and keep the water out of their houses.
Yeah, they were slapping it on the side of their house,
Look at
stopping the rains.
Listen, Anthony Sullivan with a full-throated endorsement of Phil Swift.
I'm giving Phil Swift 2 thumbs up. I think, and I tell you what, Phil Swift inspired me. His TikTok page is the bomb. I could not understand TikTok for the longest time because I thought it was all dancing videos. And I went to Phil Swift's TikTok page and I had like an epiphany. And I'm like, that is how you do TikTok. So I actually, full disclosure, ramped up my TikTok based on what Phil Swift beat me to the punch on TikTok. So I'm just lighting my stove here, in my trailer. And then I met him. He was gracious. He was nice. He talks a little slow for my liking. Like his demos, you put the Flex Seal on the thing. And I can't do it. He can do it, Billy. I can't do a Phil Swift. He talks too slow for me. And I think that may be part of his shtick. But his TikTok page, and then he posted, I've been surfing these giant waves in Nazareth, and he made a comment on a couple of my posts. So
hold on, if you break a surfboard in half and it's your favorite, you can use Flex Seal to put it back together.
Flex Seal for anything. Flex Seal for the win. I mean, that's what I'm talking about.
I wonder if Phil Swift from Flex Seal, I wonder if he knows what a fan you are.
Yeah, I'm a fan. You know what? I've got to the point in my career now, and I can't do the feud like Vince and Billy. I was going through some old pictures. Actually, did you know that April the 15th, tomorrow, was the anniversary, probably the 16-year anniversary of the premiere of Pitchman that you came to?
Oh, that's right.
Wow.
Yeah, and then remember, we were part of one of the episodes. We did the Tampa Bay Inventor Roundup to pitch your invention for Pitchman. That's true. Hey,
I tell you what,
yeah.
That was a magical time, MJ, and one of my favorite. When I first got to know you guys, obviously living in Tampa for years and years, MJ, BJ back in the '90s and everything. But I remember when you did that mighty putty thing with Fester, and I was driving to Orlando, and I think it might have been some of the best radio I ever heard, and I was spitting my drink out, and I got to Universal Studios, and you were trying to get Billy on the phone, and he wouldn't go on the phone because he was mad at you about something. And
we're talking about Billy Mays, yeah?
Yeah, and I said, you got it. I said, Billy, you got to go. I said, you got to listen to this thing with the falling off the wall. And he's like, they're making fun of our products. I said,
all right, so let me hold that thought. Hold the thought. Let me just tell people that don't know, Billy Mays pitched this item called Mighty Putty, and it was this like epoxy putty, and the pitch was that you could use Mighty Putty and stick it to anything, and anything would stick to it. So, and there was a scene where they put like a shelf on a wall with Mighty Putty, and then put like barbells, like workout barbells on the shelf. So I came up with the idea, let's Mighty Putty a shelf to the back wall of the radio station, and then have Fester try to sit on the wall or sit on the shelf with Mighty Putty. And of course, Fester's 380 pounds, the whole damn shelf just fell off the wall. And
just broke in a second.
So that's the story behind our on-air Mighty Putty bit. Go ahead.
And then you guys, we were on the show all the time, and that manifested into another great bit of radio you did when Billy and Fester went to McDonald's in order to drive through.
Do you know that has millions of views? Fester, go to YouTube. If you go to YouTube and you type in, "Hi, Billy Mays for OxyClean," and then of course Anthony Sullivan, who we're talking to now, he took over OxyClean after Billy's passing, but we sent Billy Mays to the McDonald's drive-thru on Manhattan and Gandy, and Billy Mays ordered food. If you type in Billy Mays orders food from a McDonald's drive-thru, Fester just found it. Hold on, let me play a little bit of this. Here we go. Fester, hit.
This is Hurricane went with
Billy. Hurricane Hitman was with him. That's right.
Man, am I hungry? Jeez, oh man, being on the MJ, he wears you out.
He does.
I gotta order something here. So they got buy one, get one free. What is that? A biscuit, bacon, egg, and cheese? I'm so excited to order here. I can't believe it.
So here's Billy. He's driving up to the drive-thru box at McDonald's.
Pick any two.
This has 2.2 million views now.
Okay. Jeez, they got the value bills. I'm going to get one of each. All right.
And so then he pulls up, and then he orders.
Okay.
And Billy's driving like a Bentley. Here, listen to this.
Trying to get out.
All right, so Hurricane's in the passenger seat. All right, so.
Good morning, may I help you?
Hi, Billy Mays here. How you doing?
Hi, how are you?
Good. I'd like to order the buy one, get one free bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit. But wait, there's more. I'd like to get a hash brown.
Anyway, that's Anthony, that's classic stuff.
Oh, that's so good.
Fester, kill because it's going. All right, so kill the audio. 2.2 million views on that.
It's just funny days, and it makes me happy to think about. I was thinking they used to say tax days, relax day, April the 15th.
Yeah.
And those days were great. And then honestly, we could go back to Phil Swift. I honestly think that Phil Swift wouldn't have taken the approach that he's taken to Flex Seal had it not been for Billy. Like, that was the influence that Billy had and we had, creating those commercials and stuff, and it's still around today, So,
hey, Anthony, you got to come to the studio soon. Can you come in and join us one morning?
Yeah, I'm here for a couple of weeks.
Okay.
So absolutely. I'll just come in and we'll just catch up. Be good to see you.
Yeah, let me know. And you're still doing the OxyClean commercials, right?
I'm headed out. I'm doing OxyClean. I'm headed out to Major League Baseball this summer. We're going up to Atlanta. OxyClean is bigger and badder and gets more stains out than ever. The product line's just getting bigger and bigger. Obviously, it was bought by the company that owns Arm & Hammer.
Yeah.
And I'm being real selective with what I'm doing right now, but OxyClean is still number one. So
awesome. Hey, and Billy Mays, I miss the guy. And I know you remember this. I was the last person to talk to Billy Mays.
I told the story. I told it last week to someone. I was over in Europe, and they were asking me what I did. And I told them, and I ended up telling that story of that time you got me on the phone. So,
all right.
I know. Well, listen, we keep going down there at the Beasley Schneebly Media Group. I'm going to drive over there. You let me know when you need me to come. And Fester, I think we need to do something with a duo, okay? A duo Flex Seal with Mighty Putty combination, the ultimate ultimate adhesive. We're gonna tie you up or something. See if you like Houdini.
I'm into it. That sounds great.
Anthony, thanks for picking up the phone. This is our studio
No worries.
line, so thanks a lot. I didn't know whether you'd pick up an unknown number, but
I'm here. You did call me a couple months ago, and I was in Hawaii.
Yeah.
And his phone went off like 2:00 in the morning. I'm like, what the hell? Who the hell is calling me? I didn't pick up.
Anthony, we'll talk to you soon. Get in here before you leave. Let's have you live in studio.
All right, take it easy, MJ. Bye, Festa. Take it easy, Michelle. All right, ciao, ciao.
Bye-bye. Anthony Sullivan.
Ciao.
You know, the pitch man.
Great
Anthony
guy.
Sullivan for OxyClean. I guess he's going to shoot more new commercials soon.
Good for him.
All right. Well, what I planned for that whole segment, I have to push off. All right. When we get back in minutes, you know it. You know the drill. In minutes, we start over an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. My God, do we have a lot, including an unbelievable pile of Tampa Bay gone crazy. Remember I had a whole bunch of Tampa Bay stories like a week ago, and I was like, I coined a new segment, Tampa Bay gone crazy. I've got 2 items that are like, holy crap. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. I got people asking me questions, with tax day tomorrow. People want to know what happened with my taxes. Oh, Fester.
Yeah.
You got to go to Joann's Fabrics.
Like right now?
All right. Hang on. You got to go pick one of these up at Joann's Fabrics.
What do we need?
With the whole closure and the bankruptcy sale? Hang on. We've got Katy Perry in space. We got to get into that here in just a bit. Michelle was ridiculing me at something that I said. As we were leaving the house this morning, Michelle's ridiculing me because I suggested something for the dogs. Hey, I'll explain in a minute. Hang on. All that and a crap load more. In fact, like the best stuff I probably didn't even tease just now. All next, MJ Morning Show here on Q105, 104.7 FM. Hey, Here we go. All right, running just a couple of minutes late, but hey, don't worry. You still get well over an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. I just go longer on the other side. Yeah. All right, rolling up on 7:29. Here we go. Tampa Bay gone crazy. New feature here on the MJ Morning Show. I had a pile of just local, just whacked out stories last week, and I called it Tampa Bay gone crazy, and I like it. And you know what? Tampa Bay gone crazy happens a lot.
I mean, if the shoe fits. I mean, I'm surprised it took us this long to think of it.
Tampa Bay gone crazy. It's kind of like a hyper-local morons in the news. All right, did you see the woman going nearly 100 miles over the speed limit on the Leroy Selman Crosstown Expressway?
No.
What the living... Woman has been arrested for DUI. Imagine, you're doing nearly 100 over the speed limit, and you're drunk. Oh, my God.
That's awful. But it is kind of wrong that the Leroy Selman is so wide and flat now.
A woman was... What are you saying?
I mean, listen, if you're not drunk, it's kind of a fun road to turn it up on.
What are you saying?
I mean, let's say like rush hour, no. Travel with the cars, don't speed. If you're on the Leroy like at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
She was on the Leroy at 2:30 in the morning.
Okay.
No.
That's what Buster's saying.
Have you ever been on the Leroy Selman like it in that hour?
You know what? I don't usually find myself on the Leroy Selman Crosstown Expressway at 2:30 in the morning. No.
Normally I don't either, but I've been on it maybe 3 or 4 times where it's like, 3:15 in the morning and there's nobody. And that's a fun road. They took those toll plazas out about 15 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
There's nothing stopping
Fessy, don't condone this behavior. What's the matter with you?
You get from South Tampa to Brandon in 8 minutes.
Will you stop it? What's the matter with you? All right, knock it off. A woman has been arrested by the FHP. Fester's been arrested by the FHP. That's going to be a headline soon.
I have just been detained by FHP. I haven't been arrested.
Oh, my God. A woman arrested by the Florida Highway Patrol driving nearly 100 miles over, not driving 100, driving nearly 100 miles over the posted speed limit. She was going about 150 in a 55 zone. FHP, in a statement, said that one of the troopers saw a person driving a BMW going about 150 westbound on the Leroy Selman, which is State Road 618. About 2:30 in the morning on Sunday, the driver was weaving in and out and passing and swerving through cars and driving like a complete nut job maniac. Dash cam video from the FHP shows the trooper following the vehicle and eventually able to pull the driver over. So the dash cam shows that there are, believe it or not, 2:30 in the morning, there's a little bit of traffic. So the driver was not able to weave in and out. And finally, the trooper was able to pull this, looks like a white, is that a 4 Series? Looks able to pull this this white BMW over. And the driver identified as 25-year-old Alicia Ortiz. Wow. This is unbelievable. So the FHP said that Ortiz told the trooper at the time of the traffic stop that she had several glasses of wine. They smelled alcohol on her breath.
Yeah, that's not a good look.
And she was busted for DUI by the Florida Highway Patrol.
Have you ever called 911, MJ, on a reckless driver
I
you
have.
saw on the road?
Yes, I have.
I mean, 150 miles an hour. That's blow your doors off fast.
Mhm.
That is, if you hit somebody,
Oof.
you don't even want to know the mangled, tangled ball of car that could ensue.
I mean,
That's just unbelievably reckless.
I've been on the interstate where I've had cars fly past me, and I always kind of, how fast do you think they were going? But 150 is just lightning fast when you're going 45 or 50 miles an hour.
Yeah, finally pulled over.
She is all over the road. The video, I mean, she is just going from lane to lane with no signal. I mean, just.
Yeah, because the signal is what makes the difference at 150
And
miles
then
an hour.
finally,
she put the signal on to once the cop lit him
Yeah.
up.
you
know?
can see it ends. She finally pulls off on the was that like the North Florida exit where it has the fork? One goes to like Amalie Arena, and then the other one goes to like downtown
Downtown Tampa.
downtown East,
Yeah,
or
she's
whatever they call it.
Pulling under the Leroy right now.
Yeah. So I mean, I just drove this the other day. Well, I live here, so I guess I did. But big shocker! I was on the Leroy going to North Florida Avenue.
I was on local roads.
No, but I mean, can you imagine? I haven't seen a mugshot of her. I want to see a mugshot of Alicia Ortiz, 25 years old.
There's only two ways that can go.
Hey, Alicia, let me tell you right now, you're going to lose your license. All right?
Alicia is one of those names where she's either gorgeous or enormous.
Oh.
It's one of those names. There's no like middle of the road Alicias.
All right, the second, last one here. The second Tampa Bay gone crazy story today is this dude up in Port Richey tried to set his parents' house on fire because they wouldn't give him $40 to buy pot. And he's going, psh, psh, psh. He's like dousing the whole inside of the house with a gasoline can. My God, you got to hear the story here. So this dude up in Port Richey tried to set his parents' house on fire because he was ticked off because they wouldn't give him the $40 for marijuana. According to the report from the Pasco County Sheriff's Office, the dude's name is Munashwar Harnarain.
I mean,
I saw you, Mr. Harnarain. Remember Orange Juice Jones? Walking in the Rain. Remember that song? Munashwar Harnarain.
I mean, you name a kid Munashwar, the least you can do is give him some money for drugs.
I'm hoping I'm pronouncing it right. It's M-U-N-E. What did you just say?
You heard me. You heard me. Everybody heard me. If you name your kid Munashwar, expect drug problems.
M-U-N-E-S-H-W-A-R. I mean, how the hell else would you pronounce that? So he got into a fight with his parents. They wouldn't give him money for the marijuana. According to the Pasco County Sheriff's Office arrest affidavit, Harner Rain was ticked off, punched his hand through a glass window on the garage door to the parents. Call Banco.
You know what?
Eddie.
Yes.
Any way I can tie in a great MJ Morning Show sponsor?
It makes sense.
So he busted up the garage door to the Munishwar parents. Call bancodoors.com. Go to Banco Doors. Any garage door problems, you call Banco. All right. So the parents then went to a different room. He's going nuts. He's punching out garage door windows and everything. So this dude, as he's going nuts, his parents go into a different room, and that's when he starts pouring a large quantity of gasoline all throughout the home. He's got a gas can. He's just dousing the home with gasoline. So the parents, they're like, oh, my God, we're going to die.
We got to get the hell out of here.
So the parents, they call 911, which is the right thing to do. If your son is dousing your home with gasoline, with a lawnmower gas can, call the cops. That's exactly what they did.
We'll put that in the public service file because that's good. That's a good tip.
Listen to this. So Pasco County deputies arrive, and then they see him trying to clean up the gasoline. So he's like, oh, no, I'm in trouble. I better clean up the gasoline. Meanwhile, he's doused the carpeting. He's doused the furniture. He's doused, everything with gasoline. And then he's trying to clean it up with paper towel, apparently.
It doesn't just come out.
No,
does
it
it?
doesn't.
I'm just thinking.
You walk in and the damn thing smells like a freaking Shell station.
I mean-
And how do you really clean that up?
You don't.
OxyClean.
Oh, my. So while the Pasco County deputies detained this guy, he told deputies he got injured because his hand was bleeding by punching his hand through the garage door glass. And then he confessed that he poured gas all throughout his parents' home because he was going to light it on fire. Arrested, charged with attempted arson. Also charged with resisting without violence because he tried to pull away from deputies while they searched him. Yeah, they took him to hospital. They took him to a local hospital because he had, bloody hand from bashing it through the garage door glass window.
Yeah, then they took him right to jail.
Yeah, they finally locked him up in the lockup in Land O'Lakes. So, again, Tampa Bay gone crazy. We have to congratulate Fester. Something huge happened to Fester.
Huge.
And it's not his pronounced weight gain over the years. No. Something bigger in a different way.
I don't know that it's a pronounced weight gain as much as a wide scale of variation.
All right. Congratulations to Fester.
Thank you very much.
We are the champions. We got to play that. Do we have the hook standing by? Fester is the champion against all odds.
All odds.
Fester is the grand champion for what was the contest?
So last week
you got trophies and you got all kinds of crap.
Last week we talked about the grill that I bought from the Home Depot that rang up for a penny because I needed a smoker because I was entering a barbecue competition. And we talked about that, and I ended up buying this Weber smoker grill from the Home Depot for like $100.
Yeah, because it was
going to be destroyed. It was like on the penny list.
Yeah, so Fester goes up to checkout. It wouldn't scan, and then did it come up as a penny?
It came up as a penny. That's their cue to destroy the item.
Right.
And he's the guy's like, I can't sell it to you for a penny. I'm like, oh, whoa, why not? Let's ring it up.
Anyway, you ended up paying, what, $150?
Yes.
For a $400 smoker?
$120 out the door.
For a $450 smoker.
Yeah.
All right.
So, good deal. I never cooked in this smoker before. Never used it before. I set it up. It's still shiny metal. I go to my barbecue competition
and whose barbecue competition was it?
So I'm a member of the Tampa Bay Rough Riders.
The Rough Riders.
The Rough Riders.
You see them in all the parades and everything.
Parades.
Gasparilla, Ybor, the night parade, everything.
Charitable organization. We visit kids with teddy bears. We do a lot of great work in the
community.
community.
Organization, right. The Rough Riders.
And we also like to have a good time and get a little crazy.
Right.
Part of that is having our annual rib cook-off barbecue competition and car show, which was last Saturday.
As in just this weekend.
Like 2 days ago.
2 days ago.
Yeah,
you make it sound like it's like a month ago.
Well, 48 hours ago, right. I was there smoking my meat. because today's Monday. Yeah, that
So
works.
guys show up with these like grill
17.
17 people.
17.
So some of these guys show up with grillers on boat trailers.
Incredible setups.
Huge. Fester buys a damaged item.
A discontinued item.
Fester buys a discontinued item for a bargain price at Home Depot, and guess what? Fester wins the grand champion.
So they have 4 categories,
Right?
And there's 7. And every team. Here's the kick in the head. Every team you can have up to 4 members on your team.
How many more on your team?
Just me. I do it solo every year.
Oh my gosh.
Fester was telling me that the other teams had like 5, 6, 7 people. Fester shows up with a scratch and dent griller
Discontinued.
from Home Depot that he snaked for $150 and it was regularly $459. And Fester wins I
won the grand championship.
he won the overall best prize because it was a points.
It's a point system.
Right.
I finished first place in appetizers.
What was your appetizer?
I made jalapeno poppers.
Oh, wow.
Which are jalapenos cut in half with cream cheese with some seasoning, and then you wrap it in bacon and you smoke it.
Oh, my
That
God.
won first place.
First place.
And you get a big old first place trophy.
What was the next category?
Then it was side dishes.
What was your side dish?
My side dish kind of sucked. I didn't get a trophy in side dishes.
Okay.
I tried to come up with a cowboy bean type thing. I got a little fancier baked beans.
Right.
And I don't think it went over that well with the judges.
You didn't pull it off?
But then.
All right. Okay. All right.
Desserts.
Dude, you're scaring me.
Desserts.
Did you win first prize in desserts?
No. Second.
Okay.
First place was fried ice cream.
What do you make?
Banana pudding.
Oh,
man, I love
from scratch.
I love a good nana pudding.
From pretty close to scratch.
Nilla wafers?
Nilla wafers.
Yeah.
Fresh bananas.
How about fresh cream? Did you whip your own cream?
With my own cream on top.
Good.
Folded
You
the
didn't
cream.
use like Cool Whip crap.
No.
You use real whipped cream.
No.
Okay. Thank you, Alec.
No.
All right, go.
No,
Go.
Cool Whip.
And
second place.
right,
Second place on that. And then the final is ribs.
right.
And ribs, you get extra points for placing first, second, third. On my janky backyard griller that I
Right.
bought 3 days earlier
Right.
for $120 off the discount rack
Right.
that they were going to destroy, that I
Right.
never cooked on before.
Yep.
I come in third.
Third
on ribs.
But all together, added up, you had the most points.
I had the most points. You get points for everything. And hold on a second. Hold on.
You got to see this. Hold on a bit. Let me. All right, watch it. Watch
Hey.
MJTV. Hey, Andrew. Hold on. Where did Andrew go?
Where'd Andrew go?
He
He's in there. He's sitting down. He's there.
Andrew, turn Fester's camera on, okay? All right, look at this.
Then here's my second place
Oh my
trophy
God,
for
look at-
for desserts.
Fester's holding up these trophies.
I'll tell you something. I've never won a trophy for anything.
What?
And I come home with here's my ribs trophy for third place, and here's the trophy for what's this? Appetizers. You win them all. Then on top of that, they give you the ceremonial brown jacket.
So this is very fitting because it was the green jacket yesterday
For the Masters.
For the Masters. Who won the Rory? Rory Mackle
McElhaney.
Mackle Jackal.
McElwain.
Yeah,
I have
something
no
like
idea.
that. McElroy.
Rory something.
Yeah, Rory.
Who cares about golf?
Yeah.
We're winning championships in barbecue competition.
Fester won the poop brown jacket.
Yes. Look, it's poop brown. Look, here's the jacket.
All the trophies, but you know what the funny thing is?
What?
Fester tried to put the jacket on.
All right, here we go.
That guy in a little coat. That guy in a little coat.
Oh, actually, it fits better than I thought.
Better than you think.
But
I mean, they bought it thinking that, I don't know what the hell they were thinking.
that a guy 200 pounds less would win.
Obviously. And even they go, listen, I have no idea how this guy won, but a team of one beat teams of multiples. And
Did you use your rub that you were telling me about the other day?
I used my famous rub. And then the best part, you get.
Oh, yeah, the best part.
He's got a belt buckle.
Belt buckles. They really went overboard. The Rough Riders really put on a great show.
Oh, wow.
But I cleaned their clocks.
Oh, my God. A janky one-man show.
One-man show.
Holy crap. With probably the worst sanitary conditions of anybody in the competition.
I'm so glad nobody saw me handling the food because it was the worst.
Oh.
I'm surprised the judges don't have listeria or something.
Fester.
Oh, man.
But here's what I learned about myself. I am a terrible winner. Oh yeah,
How's that?
You know, like people win graciously.
Yeah.
And they're like, I'd like to thank everybody.
Yeah.
who
By
was
the
nominated."
way,
Did you thank your kids and Allison?
hold on a second. Hold on. I don't want to get too far down the road. I'm just joking about Fester's food safety. I'm sure you practice good food safety.
No, don't bet on
no.
that. Do not make that bet. Don't die on that hill.
Nobody's called you, contacted you about being sick?
Nobody's sick. Like the president of the club doesn't have, he's at home in bed. So, MJ, I learned that I am a terrible winner because I win these trophies and I'm taunting everybody. I'm like, you suck!
Oh my God!
Screw you! No, it was a good natured event, good family event.
You're like a sore winner.
Bunch of guys put it on, a lot of hard work.
I could not get it turned around because Fester just let me know this. When did you call me?
I called you Saturday.
You called me after the event.
I got Saturday like at 3:30.
All right. So Fester calls me Saturday to inform me, and I tried to get something turned. Hopefully I'll have it tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
A Fester surprise. Hope to have it tomorrow.
Listen, it was a good time.
All right, moving along. Just a lot of stuff to do. This is just, Mondays are always, listen, every day I leave tons of material on the table because I just can't get around to it between the crap that's going on in our crazy world and the crap that's going on in my crazy life. There's just nonstop. I saw a commercial last night. And this is brand new. What we were watching? We were watching. This is late last night. I'm doing final prep, and Michelle's watching old Law and Order SVU on one of the cable channels.
Those shows hold up, man.
Yeah.
You watch a Law and Order from like 2004.
Yeah.
You know what's amazing?
Before cell phones.
Crimes are committed the same way.
But Law and Order, whether it's the original Law and Order or Special Victims Unit with Mariska Hargitay, those shows they have like a factory. They can crank those things out in like a couple of days and edit them. I once read a whole thing on what a well-oiled machine the whole Law and Order franchise is and how they bang these episodes out, and they're pretty freaking good quality.
Yeah. Remember when they wanted to use our apartment?
Oh yeah. Oh, tell that story.
Well, they come and knock on the door.
You were there. I wasn't there.
Yeah, they knocked on the door. And they could see inside as you open the door. And they gave me their card, and they said they were location scouts for Law and Order.
Yeah.
And they really liked this brownstone that we were renting, and they wanted to know if could they use it for like a day. But they would move us all out in one day, set it up for their shoot, and then move us back in.
Yeah.
And I was
I
don't know. I ran upstairs. You were upstairs. And I ran upstairs and asked you,
I thought it was at work. I was upstairs?
No, you were upstairs. I ran up.
Let me just clarify. So this is when I had my little New York stint, and I did mornings up in New York for a radio station up there. And
you said no?
Well, for the first couple of years, we rented a great apartment at Union Square, but then we moved up to 95th Street and Central Park West. Awesome neighborhood. We were a half block off of Central Park West right there. So tell the story again.
Yeah,
Finish it up.
So I was all excited because I thought that sounded like a lot of fun.
Well, because you're the biggest Law and Order fan on the planet, and here comes Law and Order's knocking on our door wanting to use our brownstone for a Law and Order. What the scene was it going to be a murder scene? Like the psychiatrist is going to be found dead with a claw hammer jammed in the back of his head?
Could you have been casted for the dead body?
No.
How awesome would that be?
I know.
Found this woman here.
But Mariska Hargitay could have used our toilet.
That would have been
right?
awesome.
Yes.
And so, but you said no, and reminded me how it was in our lease that we weren't allowed to let shooting productions be shot.
It was in our lease.
Yeah.
Because we have one of those. We were the street where we were on, which is 95th Street and Central Park West. If you want to do like a Google Street View, it's that quintessential tree-lined New York City street with like brownstones from like the 1880s, 1890s, 1900s, and it's just an awesome-looking street. And you've seen this kind of street a million times in Law and Order. So I said, no, we can't do it. And then it was in our lease that you can't let the film crews in.
I don't think you were as worried about the lease as you were about like they're going to move all of your stuff out in one day and then move it all back in 2 days later.
They wouldn't use your furniture?
No.
No, they have all their own crap, man. Yeah.
Oh,
and they take and so apparently sometimes like damage happens.
Yeah.
That's a hassle.
Yeah.
Imagine if iced tea was like in your bathroom.
Yeah.
Can you imagine iced tea?
Yo, MJ, pass me
What
the
if
TP.
what if iced tea missed and peed on the floor?
Right?
I'd have some real. I'd have some iced lemonade
All right.
on the floor.
Oh, that's cool.
So we said no. Anyway, so where were we?
Watching an old show?
I haven't even told the damn story yet.
story?
No.
So we're watching Law and Order last night, and have you seen the PayPal commercials that Will Ferrell's doing?
I saw one, I want to say maybe a month or so ago, where
Yeah.
he's like in a checkout lane.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that one's been around for a couple of months. So last night I saw this new Will Ferrell PayPal commercial for the very, very first time. And I'm like, dude, if you did that in real life, Fester, I sent you a link to the commercial.
Okay.
It's in your email.
All right.
And I said for the show.
Yep.
Because I want you to play this. Go to your
I'll
go to your Gmail. Hurry up.
I'm getting there. You
All right,
tell
go
me
to-
you're talking about it now.
Dude, go to your Gmail. I told you to open up your Gmail. I told you this earlier this morning.
Hold on, I gotta get to Gmail.
I said, go to Gmail. So Will Ferrell's in this new commercial. He's on an airplane, and he grabs the PA microphone out of the flight attendant's hand while she's doing the safety announcements in order to tell everyone about PayPal. And I'm like, look what he done. Roll back to the beginning. Just stop. I'll control this right here. I want you to look. Just stop. I got it. I got control of this.
All right.
Michelle, I'm gonna play the audio.
Yeah.
Let me bring the audio up and watch what Will Ferrell does in this PayPal commercial to the flight attendant. This is a freaking federal violation right here. If you do what Will Ferrell does in this commercial, you're going to be arrested by airport police, an air marshal, the FBI. They're going to be waiting at the gate for you. Or they're going to stop the pushback and haul you off in cuffs. All right, listen to this. Here's the audio.
The captain has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. Feels free to
An announcement. It's a very important announcement. Use PayPal checkout online and you can get paid back. 1,000 winners every day.
For how many days?
For 100 days. I love that question. So just check out online with PayPal? Yeah, it's that easy.
How much are we talking here?
$10 million are up for grabs, people.
All right. And then at the end, he tries to go into the restroom and there's someone already in there. Well, that's her fault for not locking the door or his fault.
Yes.
All right, here's the end. Right
Here you go, Marty.
Look at this.
Oh, God, I'm sorry.
All right, lock the freaking door. But look at the beginning of the spot. Will Ferrell is assaulting a flight attendant. That's a federal violation. Dude, the PayPal contest is the least of your worries, man. You're going to end up in federal prison for attacking a flight attendant. Watch this at the beginning of the spot. He grabs her hand. This is a battery.
The captain has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. Feels free to
An announcement. It's a very important announcement.
I mean, that is a violation. That is against the law.
Every other passenger does not look comfortable with this.
I dare you.
Yeah, by the way, the video just dropped. The reason why I just saw this, I hadn't seen this, the video just came out on Thursday last week, so it's brand new.
On your next flight, you should announce a Beasley contest.
What?
And do the same thing.
This is MJ from the MJ Morning Show.
Yeah.
Geared to 514.7.
Grab the phone thing out of the flight attendant's
I dare
hand.
you.
and-
Double dog dare you.
The Cash Kitty is back. Cash Kitty coming up in about
There you go.
5 minutes.
5.5 minutes. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Yeah, the Cash Kitty's coming up in minutes. So you got a shot at $1,000. So Cash Kitty, $1,000. We'll give you the keyword and the number to text it to in minutes at 8 o'clock. And then you have another chance at $1,000 that happens at 10 o'clock, then 12 noon, then 3 p.m., then 5 p.m. So 5 times a day, you got a shot at $1,000 here on the MJ Morning Show and on Q105.
Remember a little while ago we talked about the woman racing at 150 miles an hour on the Leroy Selman Expressway?
Oh, yeah.
Festa found the booking photo.
Andrew found the booking photo.
Andrew found the booking photo.
And
Our producer found the booking photo.
I made the statement, which I think is scientific truth,
Yeah.
that women named Alicia
I don't know where you came up with that.
are either dimes or dogs.
Oh, she's got the same middle name as our daughter, Chloe.
Oh,
Yeah,
Alicia.
it's Alicia Victoria Ortiz.
So, even in her mugshot, after having a rough night,
Yeah, she looks pretty good.
those pouty lips.
You know what? She's going to clean up. Oh, speaking of lips, I've got a whole story about pouty lips and what guys prefer when it comes to women's lips. It's in my pile. We'll get to that here in a few minutes.
Let's ask us Alicia
Folks,
Ortiz what she thinks.
There is so much crap here on a Monday that you just got to keep listening to the entire show until we shut things down at about 9:50, because it's going to be nonstop. I have a public service announcement from the MJ Moore. I got a couple of public service announcements. Well, the first one was don't grab the PA system phone out of the flight attendant's hand and assault her like Will Ferrell does in the new PayPal commercial. That's number one. But, Michelle, when you buy new clothes, what do you do? When you buy a
Hide them.
What?
Hide them.
Oh, jeez. That's great.
Just hide the bills.
Michelle, what do you do?
Cut the tags and hide those too.
What do you do when you buy new clothes? Hide the new clothes, hide the tags, burn the tag. What, so I can't see how much it was?
Maybe.
No, seriously, what is one of the first things you should do when you buy new clothes?
Wash them.
Do you do that?
Yes. Well, if it needs dry cleaning, probably not. But yeah, other stuff I wash.
I have a story by a woman by the name of May.
Yeah.
May says she got ringworm from clothes that she did not wash that she bought at a store.
Yeah, I just wonder how, that type of stuff passes. I don't know.
Store?
Is this a thing? What she's saying is that if somebody prior to you tried on the clothing item and they had ringworm, that it's going to be on the clothing and then the ringworm is going to be transferred to you. Now, this is ooey gooey, icky. This is awful.
Yeah.
But this May, she says when you buy new clothes, you got to wash them. She says, I know when you buy something new, you just want to wear it. But she says, I got ringworm for working in the fitting room of a big clothes retailer. So you can get it if you buy it, try it on. She says that she got ringworm just from handling the clothes. So from the fitting, I would imagine, people try stuff on and a lot of people just leave the item in the fitting room and then the store clerks then gather it. They put it on the hanger. They put it back on the rack. She's claiming that she got ringworm just by touching some of the clothing that people tried on and then left because a customer in the fitting room that tried on the clothing apparently had ringworm.
Do you know what the different types of ringworm are?
There are different kinds?
Well,
What is a bezel cut?
Well,
you want me to give you one?
Well, hang on. Let me hold on to that thought, and it'll be great to bounce off of this. Yeah, ringworm, according to the Mayo Clinic, ringworm is an itchy, scaly, highly contagious fungal infection which is caused by mold-like parasites that live on the cells in the outer layer of the skin. So it's not an actual worm. There's no actual, it's not an actual worm. It's just like a fungus. It's like a parasitic fungus.
I was hoping for a literal worm.
There's a fungus among us. But there's no actual worm that burrows into the body, but you'll get a reddish rash. And what happened, it gets the name ringworm because you get a raised circular shape.
Oh, look at these images.
Yeah, so that's why it's called ringworm in the diseased area. And you can get ringworm from sex. You can get ringworm from animals, dirt. People have gotten ringworm from using like dirty makeup samplers at like the department stores.
I'd never do that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you got to be really, really careful. And she says all it takes is one dirty person with ringworm to have tried on the item, and you could get that ringworm just transferred right on you. What are we going to say now, Michelle?
Jock itch.
What? Jock itch is ringworm?
Jock itch is ringworm.
Okay.
Oh, man.
That's just a skin infection.
That's a daily thing with Fester.
What about athlete's foot? Is that ringworm?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Very
That's
good,
Oh,
Fester.
wow.
Yeah.
That's ringworm, too. Because you're walking on like a dirty gym floor
Right.
with other people's fungus among us.
Right. That's one of the things being in a locker room.
How come in like the fast acting Tinactin commercials he never said ringworm?
Bam! Boom! What did he say?
Knock out the
Boom!
Aquafoma commercial.
What did that was?
Boom! Fast acting Tinactin.
That was what's his face?
John Madden.
That was John Madden with
Yeah.
the fast acting Tinactin. Boom!
I'm looking at a
I haven't
picture.
seen him doing any Tinactin commercials lately.
You know what? I think he slowed down a little bit.
Yeah, did he?
Like a lot.
I wonder why he's not doing Tinactin. Yeah.
So I'm looking at a picture of somebody, and this is like the back. Is this the back of their shoulder? What's this part of your body?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, it looks like the shoulder.
Like the neck shoulder
Yeah,
area?
ringworm on the.
But this is the size of like a Susan B. Anthony or a Kennedy $50.
Oh man, talk about a ring around the collar right there. Look at that.
But that person tries on a shirt.
Ringworm around the collar.
That person tries on a shirt at the Gap, and then you put it on.
What was the product when we were kids that had the ring around the collar? You've got a ring.
Was it Clorox?
Whisk. Was it Whisk?
I think so.
Do they still make? Yeah, it's Whisk. Yeah, Andrew's giving me a thumbs up. Do they still make Whisk? I saw a story about Woolite. Like, listen to this. Like a week or two ago, I had a story in the pile. I never got around to it. But Woolite, it was being recalled due to like some kind of contamination. I'm like, contamination of Woolite? What? People aren't drinking the crap. What's? And it was some kind of fungal contamination in the Woolite. I'm like, they even make Woolite still? I guess they do. They make Woolite.
Here's your mom back in the day.
Ring around the collar.
Ring around the collar. Ring around the collar. Ring around the collar. Ugh.
Those dirty rings. You try scrubbing them out and soaking them out, and you can still come out with...
Ring around the collar.
Now try Whisk. Concentrated Whisk goes right on the dirt. Its unique formula sinks in and starts to clean before you start to wash.
Oh, yeah.
Gets even permanent press collars really clean. Whisk around the collar beats ring around the collar every time.
Pretty shirt.
Anyway, so Andrew says that Whisk was discontinued when, Andrew? What year? 2016. Whisk was discontinued off the market. Oh, look at the time. It's 8:02. Look, got plenty of time. It's Cash Kitty time here on the MJ Morning Show because you have until 8:25 to send it in. So the computer does not pick until just after 8:25. So you got plenty of time. Folks, how would you like to win $1,000 right now with the Cash Kitty here on Q105? This hour's word is fund. This hour's word is fund. Text the word fund, F-U-N-D, nationwide to 45911 before 8:25 for a shot at $1,000 in cash, or you can enter it on the Q105 app or at myq105.com. Let me use fund in a sentence. Fester has started a GoFundMe, F-U-N-D, me account to help with his snack budget.
That's true.
That's absolutely true.
Donate today.
So that's fun. Because what I've done, I've decided I'm going to use every single word I'm going to use in a sentence.
That's helpful.
Yeah, it's very helpful.
Yeah.
So text the word fund right now to 45911, and you could be the next $1,000 winner. Then we'll do it again at 10 o'clock, then 12 noon, then 3 p.m., and then 5 p.m. The Cash Kitty, 5 times a day, $5,000 a day. Your shot to win it in our national contest here on Q105 and the MJ Morning Show. Speaking of Fester's food cleanliness, which Fester, I know you did a nice job with your food cleanliness. Stop making all your Rough Rider friends nervous that might have eaten your food.
Not all of them, just the judges.
All right. All right. There's another food warning. Celery sold at Walmart in nearly 30 states. And I'm trying to think, Michelle, I recently bought celery. I'm trying to remember if I bought it at Walmart or if I bought it at, because when the produce is good at Walmart, I will buy the produce at Walmart. Like I just bought 9 pounds of Pink Lady apples at a good price, like $1.99 a pound for
What are you, feeding horses? 9 pounds of apples?
Dude,
Jesus.
I ate a couple apples a day. I love the Pink Lady. I'm telling you right now, the sweet tartness and the firmness and the crunch of a Pink Lady. Or Crips Pink, same variety. That's my favorite apple. That and the Stamen wine sap, but those are really tough to get these days. I don't know where the Stamen wine saps. But Pink Ladies are my favorite. I just bought some at Walmart. I wonder if I bought this, because I just bought celery recently from my conch stew that I made. Anyway, 30 states have the contaminated Walmart celery potentially, including Florida. Yeah, we're on the list.
But these are very specific stalks of celery.
Yeah, so I guess these are the washed and ready to eat stalks.
Oh, that's not you. You don't buy those.
Yeah, I buy the whole stalks, and I cut them myself. Fester, you got a problem with a lot of pre-washed crap, right?
I don't like people who buy pre-washed, ready-to-eat veggies.
Yeah.
I mean,
You don't like the people who buy them?
No, I mean, yeah, I don't. I have. If I learn about somebody that they like to buy like the pre-cut, pre-washed veggies, we're not friends.
Yeah,
Why?
Or we're not as good of friends.
What's
as we
wrong
might
with
have been.
that?
It's just, it doesn't seem right. Buy the whole head of celery.
But you know
cut
what?
your own
I know
steaks.
I've bought. Listen, good advice. I know that I bought this brand of something, California-based Duda Farm Duda Duty. It's California-based Duda DUDA.
We put the Duda in duty.
That's unfortunate.
Yes.
It's now Duty Farms, as far as I'm concerned.
They just rebranded from Diarrhea Farms just a couple of years ago, and now this.
Used to be Explosive Diarrhea Farms.
We got to change the name, people. We're gonna get from diarrhea just to Duda. Just to Duda. Are we poop related?
and
Who
you know,
knows? Make them wonder.
But whenever I talk about a Listeria story, I think of the Def Leppard song. You know, they were ahead of their time on this. You know the Listeria song?
Absolutely. I mean, listen to all the lyrics.
Andrew, you didn't leave the best part on it.
Listen to all the lyrics when they say, "Do you feel that feeling?"
Yeah.
They're talking about the runs.
Okay, gross.
Do you feel that feeling?
Listeria! It's one of my favorite Def Leppard songs, Listeria.
When you get that feeling, you'll start believing.
Listeria, when you're near. Yeah. Explosive diarrhea. Listeria.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a very big Def Leppard song. I think it was a top 10 song. That was off of the which Def Leppard album was that on?
I don't know.
Come on, you were.
I don't know it like that.
You wear Def Leppard
I am.
sweatshirts.
I do. Not today.
Oh, not today though.
Not today.
Last week.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. All right. So heads up for Listeria stalks. All right, Michelle has banned me. Ladies and gentlemen, I've got an MJ and Michelle relationship alert. Oh, the name of the album
was Hysteria.
No, it was Listeria. Yeah, the name of the album was Def Leppard's Listeria.
Listeria.
When you're near. So, all right, where was I? Oh, I have an MJ and Michelle relationship alert. Yes. Michelle has banned me from picking movies.
Oh, you are banned.
Oh, come on. That was not that bad. Why do you amplify?
It was that bad.
It was not bad. So
hold on. When you say a ban, is it like a 1-year ban?
No,
or a
no.
6-week
It's
ban?
like a forever ban because this is
What?
about the second or third time this has happened.
Lifetime. When Michelle doesn't like a movie that I pick, she gives me a load of crap. It's like it's like she's the owner of Duty Farms.
Because this is what you do. You say, "Oh, it's on the list you sent me," as if the list I sent you that was curated by some person on the internet with whatever they're affiliated with. They send out a list, and I'm like, okay. So I just send you the list. When I get a list, I don't just go, I'm going to watch all these movies. I actually read about them. I make sure that they're like listed with other movies that we like. You just
pick a dud. You won't admit it. But if I pick a dud, oh my God, the world has come to an end.
When have I picked a dud?
So was it Saturday night?
Yes.
Saturday night, I picked one of them. Was it Saturday or Friday?
Saturday.
Called Watcher. Watch. You know what? I'd like to hear from people.
Watcher?
If you watch the movie Watcher, and it's about a couple that moves from the United States, and they're newly married, and the husband gets a job in Romania, right? Was it Bucharest or something?
Okay.
So, and then it turns out they move into this kind of nice apartment, a nice building, nice apartment, and across the street, there's another apartment building, and there's a guy that just locate the Bucharest, moving into an apartment. Anyway, folks, anybody, I thought the movie was decent, and Michelle is giving me just a pile of crap. Oh, terrible movie. From 2022. Has anyone seen? Was it that bad in your eyes? 800-990-1047. Come on, somebody help me. Someone defend me.
No.
Yeah, watch. Everyone's going to pile on and agree with Michelle. All right, 800-990-1047 if you saw the movie. I don't know how widespread this movie has been viewed.
Not very.
I mean, it's on, which streaming service is it on?
I can't remember. Did we watch this on Netflix or was it on Amazon Prime? Did we pay for this or was it included?
God, I hope we didn't pay for this.
I can't remember. Can't remember where it's. I mean, all you gotta do is search it and see where it is right now.
All right.
But anybody want to come to my defense? Come to my rescue?
No.
So I picked this because Michelle. You know what? I think it was Netflix. Wasn't this like the 50 best movies on Netflix right now? I think you sent me the list and I picked it off the list.
Yeah, it's available on Netflix.
It's on Netflix. All right, look at the phones. The phones are ringing right now. Let me just put some of these on hold. Hang on a minute while Andrew screens away. Let me grab Lynn in Tampa. Put Lynn on one on hold, Andrew, would you please? All right, let's.
Tarpon Springs. Andrew just had the T up. He gets the wrong T town.
What do you think? You think Andrew is? Oh, it's Tarpon Springs. Okay, I just saw TA. So it's Tarpon, not Tampa. All right, Lynn is on line one. First one in. Hi, Lynn. You're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi, Lynn.
Hey, MJ. I am kind of on your side. It wasn't horrible, but then I'm maybe 20% on Michelle's side. It's it was just one of those kind of rag movies.
All right.
It was interesting. It was good at points, but it wasn't great. Yeah.
All right. Well, so you're you know what? You're splitting the baby, as they say in the legal profession here. You're splitting the baby. You're giving some to the prosecution. You're giving some to the defense. You're splitting the baby.
Yes.
The
100%.
baby. All right. Thank you, Lynn. All right. Michael's in Bradenton. Michael, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, good morning, guys and gals. Hey, Watchers was actually a really good movie.
No. It's not Watchers. It's just called Watcher. Is it the same movie?
Yeah, Watcher.
Yeah.
Yeah, same movie.
No, don't put an S on the end of it. It's just Watcher.
It's just one guy.
Yeah. Great movie. Yeah, it's one of those ones you've got to watch all the way through.
All right. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate the support. See, I didn't think it was that bad, and Michelle's chastising me. Look who's on the phone. I think it's Racy Stacy from Largo. Regular here on the MJ Morning Show. Hello, Racy Stacy.
Hello, MJ. Michelle, you have been amazing.
Oh, thank you. Except,
you're so welcome.
There's no except.
There's going to be a butt coming out here.
She's just giving you a compliment.
Okay.
No, you've been amazing.
Yeah.
You've been absolutely amazing. I think you're doing a great job.
Are you calling about the movie at all?
Yeah.
Watcher, I can only get about halfway through. It was too slow.
Yes.
It was too boring. And about halfway through, like, what is up with her sitting on the couch and then they have, like, the ambulance downstairs and then she sees them and all of a sudden she can't, like, stop seeing the guy in the window. About halfway through, I was, like, done.
Uh-huh. That was me. About halfway through, I was like,
All right, look at this. Stacy is siding with Michelle. That's what. This is Racy Stacy's last appearance on the MJ Morning Show.
Goodbye, Stacy. Nice knowing you.
All right, I'm kidding. I'm joking. All right. Thank you, Stacy. Have a great day.
You're welcome, guys. Have a great day.
All right. Before we move on, though, we did Saturday night. I'm going to make a revelation. And there is a very famous movie that I never saw and that Michelle never saw from what, like 1975?
yes.
It was fantastic. So we watched two classics this weekend. We revisited L.A. Confidential.
Mm-hmm.
What an incredible movie. L.A. Confidential from what, 1997? What an incredible movie. Just tops. Amazing. So we watched L.A. Confidential again. If you haven't seen it or if you haven't seen it in a while, watch it again. And what classic, which was up for an Academy Award, I think, in 1975. What did we never see? I can't believe I never saw this movie. Totally aware of the movie, but never saw the movie in its entirety. I saw like maybe little scenes here and there, but never saw Chinatown.
Oh.
Fester, have you ever seen Chinatown?
No.
Did you ever see it? No?
No.
You never saw it. I'll get my tenses right.
That's not with Kurt Russell, is it?
No, it's
That's Big Trouble in Little China. I'm sorry.
No, God, is that awful? That's a terrible movie, isn't it?
I'm sorry.
Is that good? Is that a good movie too? Big Trouble in Little China.
I don't know.
I don't even know. All right, but we watched Chinatown, and it's amazing. Listen, it's a classic. It's been around 50 freaking years, So, but it was another great movie. Oh, and then what's the one we watched? We never mentioned this. that quirky sword movie was so freaking entertaining.
Oh, yeah.
Sword of Trust.
No.
Yes. Yeah. What do you mean no? Sword of Trust.
What are you doing?
Oh, by the way, Chinatown's a Roman Polanski movie. So
Yeah.
Michelle was
Oh, yeah.
like, "Yeah, should we watch the child rapist movie? You know, or his accusations of what, like a 12 or 13-year-old girl, whatever."
Did he skip
you know.
town? Hasn't he not come to America like in 40 years?
Oh, Roman Polanski can't come back to the U.S.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he can't come back.
Done.
Because he'll be potentially arrested. No, but Fester, look up Sword of Trust. What a crazy storyline that was great.
Right. And I picked that. I didn't pick it.
Here
I
we
gave
go.
you the list.
Yeah.
I said, here are some movies would you like to watch? And what happened is we had watched a different movie by this same filmmaker. And so then you really liked that one. So I looked her up and I said, well, if you really like that movie, maybe you should try this one. This is like the next, or was one of the highest rated movies that she made. And that's how we ended up there.
It was good.
Sort of Trust with Mark Maron.
Yeah. Mark Maron is in Sword of Trust. He's the pawn shop dealer.
I kind of love Mark Maron.
Yeah, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I don't have much experience with Mark Maron.
You're not a big WTF fan?
Nah, I've never even heard his podcast. I've never heard it.
He's a pretty good long form interviewer.
All right, well, he's a talented guy.
Yeah.
And I thought he was great in the movie. If you want to see a quirky, fun movie with just a storyline, you're like, man, how the hell did they come up with that?
I know. That's what I kept. You were laughing the whole. That's how I know you're enjoying the movie because you start laughing and you're laughing like every 7 to 12 to 15 minutes. I'm like, see, you're enjoying the movie.
I mean, his clueless dolt kid, the assistant in the pawn shop.
Yeah, so good.
I
huh?
mean, and then the white supremacist,
it's this crazy white supremacist storyline that you're just like,
what?
Who's dreaming this? Obviously, they encountered something like that in their lives, to put in bring to the movie. But so it's very interesting.
Yeah, Sword of Trust recommended. How far away are we from the alleged rocket launch with Katy Perry? It's now 8:20, so we are an hour 40 minutes away. Should we stay on the air?
No.
Should we stay in the studio just to cover the? I think we should. Yeah, what if
the person who is sitting here and not getting paid? I'm saying no.
I mean, what if the thing does
There'll
blow up?
There'll be plenty of coverage of it for you to talk about tomorrow.
Hold on. I'm looking at the Google.
Yeah.
And the AI overview says the launch is scheduled for 9:30
Hold
a.m.
on. It was 10. Hold on. Are you sure?
I'm just looking online. But a couple of things. Here's space.com.
Yeah, 9.
Liftoff is
all
scheduled
right,
for
so
9:30.
wait a minute. So if it's 9:30, then we will be live on the air. Again, there are some people that are sickly. I mean, some people sickly hoping that Katy Perry gets blown up in space. Listen, if Katy Perry gets blown up, so does Gayle King, Oprah's bestie. So does Lauren Sanchez, and the wedding to Jeff Bezos will be off.
Oh no!
All right, but I hope this goes flawlessly. I don't want. I like Katy Perry. I do not want Katy Perry to be blown up. We have this last week that people are saying that I got a direct message from a listener that there are people that want Katy Perry. This is sick. There are some people that want Katy Perry to die in space because she messed with Justin Bieber. What was that? What did somebody send me?
You mess with the Biebs.
No, there was some crazy.
Yeah, somebody sent you a message about that.
Right? And I'm like, what? I mean,
recently?
Dude, we mentioned this.
What, since he's been married? Is that what you're asking, Fester? If she did anything with him since he's been married?
Yeah, let me see if I still have in my pile. I thought maybe I don't have it. I might have thrown it away. But it was something about some like Bieber fans are angry with Katy Perry and some kind of.
Oh, she grabbed his butt.
Is that what it was?
I found it. I mean, I guess that's the thing. There were 2012. It looks like
2012
gave him a hug and she grabbed his butt.
They accused her of being a pedophile or something, that he was underage at the time, right?
Yeah.
Tell you what, why don't you worry about Bieber and Sean Diddy Combs before Katy Perry?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, there she is kissing his neck and his cheek or something.
Right, there are websites here with hundreds of photos of the two of them together.
Yeah.
And then look at Russell Brand is in some of the photos too.
Look at that.
And look, he's in a whole lot of trouble. You saw Russell Brand. He was supposed to speak down in Sarasota at what is it, the new school or something?
New college?
New college. Yeah, the new college in Sarasota. Russell Brand was supposed to speak on Saturday, and they finally canceled it or postponed it. But a lot of people are like, why is he still? It took the new college kind of a long time to postpone, but it's the Jeff Bezos wiener-looking space rocket. And I guess it's set to go off at 9:30. Is that?
Well, you know what? That does make sense because isn't Gail's show over at 10?
Yeah, because
so they got to get it going, right?
I thought I saw a commercial with Nate Burleson and the CBS crew, and they're like, "Join us Monday as Gail makes history."
All right, here's the deal. Hold on, the window opens up at 9:30. So here are details. Their flight on Blue Origin's New Shepard rocket was scheduled to take off from Blue Origin's launch site in West Texas, about 120 miles southeast of El Paso. The launch could take place as early as 9:30 a.m. Eastern, as early as. It'll be the 11th human flight for the New Shepard program, which has flown 52 people, including repeat astronauts above the Kármán line. That's the internationally recognized boundary of space, which is about 100 kilometers above Earth or 62 miles above Earth.
Okay.
So that's what's scheduled. So I'm going to make sure we're back. You know, we typically get back at 9:29 or 9:30 after we take our 9:20 break. I'm going to make sure we're absolutely back with enough time that we can watch the launch. But listen, it's really a gimmick. I mean, it's
a safe ride.
Listen, dude, the safe. You're being propelled by this rocket fueled, device. I mean, things can go wrong. But what I'm saying is, it's really kind of a glorified, carnival ride, as we've described. I mean,
like you're going to the fair?
Yeah, I mean, it flies up for 10 or 11 minutes, and then it comes back down. It's
10 tickets?
What's the fair ride where, I hate to say this, but remember the one where the kid flew out on International Drive in Orlando?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's kind of like a glorified version of that. Just goes up a little higher.
Goes up. I think Busch Gardens has one. It's just a big pole. You go up and then you drop down.
You sit down. They put the harness on you, and then they fling you up, and then you do a free fall down. I mean, what's different about this thing? I mean, it's really. I mean, it's not like you're really an astronaut. Oh, I mean,
It's 11 minutes, right? From
it's
takeoff to landing.
It's kind of a gimmicky, space touristy thing, you know.
It's called a drop tower.
There you go. It's like a drop tower
or free fall.
It's Amazon drop tower, is what it is.
It's like and Andrew, what's the hotel called in Hollywood Studios and Disney? What, Hollywood Hotel of Horrors or something?
What is it? Turn your mic up.
The Tower of Terror?
Oh,
Tower of Terror. Yeah. It's like the Tower of Terror at Hollywood Studios.
Jeff Bezos' bald-ass Tower of Terror.
Yes.
That's what it is. Yeah, so Katy Perry, here's her talking to the Associated Press.
I'm really excited about the engineering of it all. I'm excited to learn more about STEM and just the math about what it takes to accomplish this type of thing. I was winding down from a rehearsal the other day, and I was listening to Cosmos by Carl Sagan and reading a book on string theory.
Billions and billions.
Yeah, I was going to bed. That was definitely helping. I was like, Pythagoras. But, I've always been interested in astrophysics and interested in
astrophysics,
astronomy and astrology and the stars.
Come on, say it.
We are all made of stardust.
Come on, say it.
We all come from the stars, and it'll be exciting to.
Oh, she's not going to say it.
See them twinkle from that site, and also have such an appreciation for Mother Earth when we see it in that way.
She's not going to say. That's the associate. Why didn't she say what she said to some print reporter? Last week, she said that she was going to put the ass in astronaut. Katy Perry said that.
Yeah.
For her.
But she didn't say it in that interview.
I hope they have a great flight.
And she's reading Carl Sagan. You know what? I'm telling you right now that this experience is going to prompt Katy Perry to quit the music business, go back to school to become an astrophysicist.
Okay.
with a purple wig.
Good for her.
Did you hear her mention Carl Sagan?
Yes.
Did I ever tell you the Carl Sagan story?
I don't think so.
So Carl Sagan lived in Ithaca, New York.
Oh, is that right?
Yes. Carl Sagan had a gorgeous house. I mean, literally, I can't remember what road it was in Ithaca, but just down from Cornell on one of the gorges. And Carl Sagan had a home literally right on the gorge. And his home was right on the road, and it had like a wooden fence, and there was like the road was like right next to his fence for his property line, but the house was built on the edge of the gorge. Gorgeous home. The frat home where my cousin Eric lived. My cousin Eric went to Cornell. And the frat home was right across the gorge from Carl Sagan's house. They invited, this is early 80s, they invited Carl Sagan to the frat Christmas party, right? Thinking he's a neighbor, come on by, Carl Sagan,
Yeah.
right?
And?
Billions and billions, the cosmos, Carl Sagan. Carl Sagan's people send a letter back that Carl Sagan would be happy to appear at the fraternity Christmas party, but there was an appearance fee. Yeah. So, wait a minute. You're going to love this. They took a huge bed sheet and strung multiple bed sheets together, and they painted "Eat Me" on the bed, aimed it from the back of the frat house toward Carl Sagan's house.
Come on, Carl. You could have just showed up.
He had no sense of humor.
No. Didn't they?
He didn't want to have any kind of fun.
Didn't they shoot his ashes into space or something?
I think that was.
Or was that somebody else? Anyway,
I don't know.
Carl Sagan's now deceased, but that's a funny freaking story. Anyway, best of luck to Katy Perry. 1 hour from now, it is exactly 8:30 here at the MJ Morning Show, and the window opens up in 1 hour. See, I had heard 10 o'clock, but I guess the window opens up at 9:30. So, but also keep in mind, what are the chances are that it could be scrubbed? What if there's a malfunction? What if there's some kind of a sensor issue? You know, that'll be embarrassing. If this thing does not take off, that'll be pretty embarrassing with all the hype on this thing. You know that Bezos is like, you engineers, you better get this right, or else you guys are going to be delivering packages in town and country in Tampa. All right?
All right, I have a question.
Yeah, the engineer, get it, Michelle? He's going to have the engineers deliver Amazon packages.
Oh, we got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got it.
Not even in a truck in their personal vehicle.
Okay.
Personal vehicles. Yes, Fester.
Are these astronauts? And I use the term loosely.
Yes,
There's only one of them that's an astronaut.
listen, you know what they are? Katy Perry, Gail King, Lauren said they're not astronauts. They're you know what? They're carnival ride attendees.
This
I mean,
honestly,
that's what they
this
are.
is a new reality show, Celebrity Space Launch.
Oh yeah,
and you just get Blue Origin can do a flight every couple of weeks and just put six rando celebrities, kind of like Celebrity Big Brother or Celebrity Jeopardy.
Yeah.
You have 6 random celebrities on there, and you launch them up, and they come down, they don't die.
Or rich person, like they went to Titanic. Rich person who wants to, go visit space.
Yeah,
like a tourist kind of thing.
So, are these astronauts going to be wearing like diapers?
No, they're not up long enough to have to go to the bathroom. They're up there
know.
for 10 freaking minutes.
I don't know. I mean, I always heard stories about guys like in like the Challenger or the Atlantis or whatever.
Gail King, just hold it. You can hold it for 10 minutes, 11 minutes, whatever the hell it takes.
It's a lot of G's to put on your innards.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
All right, moving along. This is offensive. This is awful. And then when you hear the details, this is just. Did you see the Canadian reporter that had something shouted at her? Michelle Mackey, a Canadian reporter. She's a City News Toronto journalist. And she was shooting a segment outside of the Rogers Center. That's at the big arena up there in Toronto.
I think the Blue Jays play there or something.
The Rogers Center, because Rogers is like the big cellular and internet and communications and cable company up there, right? Don't they? They've got hands in all kinds of communications. So Rogers, that's like a Verizon up in Canada, Rogers. So she's in front of this Rogers Center shooting something. Camera rolling. She's got the microphone. And I'm going to play the audio here. And this is just awful. I'm like, what would cause someone to do this? We had to bleep it because obviously we can't run it as is, but you'll know exactly what this is.
The Jays home opener is bringing a big business boost to Toronto with bars and restaurants pumping for the birds. We are here at the Steam Whistle Brewery where staff and fans say it has alcohol.
Oh my God!
All right, so I can't even make it out with all the beeps. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I can't either. I don't know.
Hold on,
we would know.
You'll know what this is. You know the stupid meme and the situation that started about 10 years ago, where people were interrupting reporters and live shots by yelling "bleep her in the bleep."
Yes, from a decade ago. Yes, I
well, no,
recall
I
that.
mean maybe they were still doing this 5 years
I
ago.
understand. No, you're right. I know what you're talking about.
Right. So the reporter is doing some kind of stand-up talking about the Blue Jays, and it was a 9-year-old kid that yells, "Bleep her in the bleep." A 9-year-old kid walking with his father, and then the father starts laughing. What kind of household is that? That a father would laugh at his 9-year-old saying "bleep her in the bleep"? Something that was, this was terrorizing reporters like 2015, 2016,
You have to be
2017?
careful. You're doing a live shot.
Oh,
They
my
know
God.
it.
But that was popping up all over the place, and it's horrendous. It's hideous. And this just happened recently, and the reporter is stunned because the reporter said it appeared to be like an 8 or 9-year-old kid that yelled, "Bleep her in the bleep." I mean, what? That father ought to be jailed for like child abuse or something.
I need to see the video of this. There's got to be a video, right?
Dude, yes, we pulled the audio from the video.
I'm
Yes,
asking. I don't
yes,
know.
his video. Of course, his
asking.
video. That's terrible. Absolutely horrendous. That father ought to be absolutely, completely ashamed of himself. I brought up lips earlier on the show. What was it about the lip? We're talking about Lord and Sanchez's filler, and what was it?
We're talking about the pouty lips on the person who was driving crazy on this bridge or on the Leroy Selman Expressway.
Oh,
and I mentioned pouty lips,
yeah,
and you said,
yeah.
speaking of lips.
Oh, I got a lip
gotta
story.
talk about
Well,
something.
guess what? Here's the lips. Yeah, we're talking about the young woman, the 25-year-old driving nearly 150 miles an hour, weaving in and out of traffic on the Leroy Selman over the weekend, 2:30 in the morning. So lips, because we looked at her mugshot and she had kind of the pouty lips. So what do you think? Do you think men prefer the pouty lips, like the juiced up lips, or natural lips when it comes to women? The results are in.
Are you asking me to give you an answer?
Yeah, go ahead.
Natural.
Yeah. Men find natural looking lips more attractive on women than the jammed up, juiced up, plumped up, all the lip filler, the collagen, the whatever the hell they're jamming in there, Gore-Tex chunks, Michelle, we've seen, even locally,
Yeah.
there are some women that we've seen some pictures, and some of these people we know, some of these people we know of, or we know people that kind of know but we've seen some pictures of, we've all seen this, in photos and videos, across the planet, across the country, but locally we've just seen some just terrible cases. What is it with women wanting to make their lips look like pool rafts? I don't get it.
I remember when I was younger and there was people in a certain age and demographic that got facelifts. And you always knew they got the facelift because their face was so tight and looked unnaturally shiny.
Like a trampoline.
Yeah. It's like
you could have a kid's party on it.
And your grandmother's friend is always surprised at everything, and she couldn't blink her eyes. I'm like, what the hell's wrong with Gertrude?
The permanent shocked look.
And my grandmother was like, don't stare.
Every time you look at their face, it's like, oh my God, they're shocked.
Yeah. Somewhere in their psyche, they felt they looked good.
Mhm.
They felt they looked great. They've invested a lot of money and time into this, and it just seems now that modern evolution of that, you don't see that pulled back, scared facelift, but you do see this pouty. Eyes are more defined, and lips are just unnaturally. Almost looks like Asian anime cartoons. Just really pouty or really sharp edges.
Yeah,
I think they're just headed for Joker Town.
Well,
I mean, what's going on?
Well, the Joker face.
Exactly.
You've got the ridiculous plumped up lip face. I mean, there's a variety of just, and you have to ask, what plastic surgeons or dermatological centers? Why are they doing this? Why are they turning?
When someone that's as you just said, when someone asks the person like, "Hey, where did you get your stuff done?" Their impression is they're asking because they want to go there and they look good. Meanwhile, that person is making a note that goes, "Cross that off the list. I'm not even going for a consult there."
Don't go there.
All right,
Yeah.
so hold on, MJ. Your brother, right?
Yeah.
So does plastic surgery and facial enhancement stuff.
My brother is anti-clown.
Okay, hold on. Somebody comes up to him, a patient comes up and says, "I want fuller lips."
He says no. Not to fuller lips, but I've had this conversation with him because we ran into somebody at a diner and they had all kinds of stuff done that he could, identify. And I asked him that very question. I was like, "What do you do when someone comes to you and they want to do?" And he said, "I don't do stuff," because he knows that then they're going to go out and tell people, "I had him do this," and then those people are going to be like, "Bleh," and they're not going to go to him.
Was that the diner recently near the Fort Lauderdale airport?
This was a couple years ago.
Oh, okay, all right, somewhere else. All right. So the research is in, and they showed a bunch of people, pictures of women, and then they compiled the results, and it turns out that people like natural-looking lips over the totally enhanced lips.
Fester, do you agree? Natural lips?
No.
You want Allison to get pouty lips?
Here we go. The using of hyaluronic acid.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that
hyaluronic acid.
Hyaluronic
acid.
Yeah. Hyaluronic acid. Yeah. But
yes, Fester.
I want like a pool inner tube folded in half. Just lay those things on me. I'll take 'em.
What is this craze that popped up in the last week of everyone having themselves turned into an action figure?
All right,
in the packaging, you know what I'm talking about. You must have seen this, folks.
In full disclosure,
Michelle, hold on, you haven't seen this?
No.
I've been looking for that app or that AI feature because I was going to make one of you.
Oh no! Stop!
Yeah,
don't do it.
A scuba tank and a microphone and sushi rolls.
Oh, it's just for on the computer, on your
it's just the computer.
Oh, okay.
It's like a Chat GPT, artificial intelligence program.
Well, would you rather be a broccoli or would you rather be a superhero?
So there's this app. It actually is. It's a Chat GPT feature, and you turn people into like a Barbie doll in a box.
Yeah,
but it's you're turned into your very own action figure, and you use I guess a picture and then descriptors.
Yeah, you use a picture of yourself,
and then
type in a couple of things,
descriptors, and then it turns you into a doll inside like a plastic blister wrapped cardboard backed toy that hangs on the shelf at a toy store. But it's going nuts. I can't tell you how many people have sent me links and pictures of themselves and others, and
I wanted to make one of you.
So they're having fun.
Look, Fester's, don't do it.
Too late. I'll do it today. I don't know. I didn't know it was off Chat GPT, though.
Yeah, it's being called the action figure trend or the Barbie box trend, where people are using Chat GPT to turn themselves into an AI action figure. So you go to Chat GPT. If you have an account, log in. If you don't, you want to create one, very easy, blah, blah, blah.
You have to pay them? Because I have the free Chat GPT.
No, if you aren't sold on creating an account, you will not be able to upload the photo of yourself. So you got to start an account to make the design as accurate as possible. Another caveat with using the free version of ChatGPT is that you'll only have 3 chances per day to play with the image prompt feature. Upload your image, write specific prompt, and then ChatGPT puts you in a toy box. as an action figure.
That's
So
pretty
what's wrong
cool.
with that? It's great. It's cool. It's fun.
But it's just, I'm just saying. I'm not angry at it. I'm just
You
saying
are.
that
You're pounding the desk over there.
I'm not pounding the desk.
You
That's
did.
my normal hand movements.
You sound a little angry about it.
Yeah.
I'm not angry about it.
Angry MJ.
I'm not pissed off about it. All right. I'm okay. Everything's gonna be okay.
You ever play around on ChatGPT?
He doesn't know how to use that.
No,
I just have the downloaded app on my phone.
I don't want AI in my life.
So bedtime story time.
Only AI.
Wait, how does that work?
The only AI I want in my life is the air integrated dive computers that I use from Shearwater.
Thank
Fester,
you for,
how do you use this for bedtime stories?
Yeah, thank you for nerding up the whole show.
Yeah, thank
by
you.
the way.
Yeah.
No, but so I sit down. We have all these books. We've read through the books.
Right.
So I tell Hudson, what kind of story do you want to hear? What do you want to hear about? He goes, I want to hear about a lion. I go, what does a lion do? He solves a crime or something. And I say, ChatGPT, give me a 4-minute story about a lion that solves a crime.
Wow,
And
really?
then it spits out a palatable story, pretty good story.
And then you just read it to him?
I think I did one about a dog that solves a crime last week, and it was about Sherlock Bones.
Oh, that's
And
so
it was,
cool.
And it was a good, fun
Oh,
story.
nice.
Yeah.
But ChatGPT, I no longer need to buy children's books.
No.
Right. Yeah, until it adds like an axe murderer to your kid's story.
It's not going to. Fester has told it what to do.
You give the if I say give me a story about an
Listen,
axe murderer.
AI is going to kill humanity. It's going to add an axe murderer to his kid's story one day.
I've never realized how many jobs are completely irrelevant and people that can be replaced with computers.
You just mentioned dogs.
Dogs, yes. Sherlock Bones was the story that we read.
So Michelle gave me a kind of a look this morning and said, gave me a look. You said something. I can't remember what you said. So when we left the house this morning, what did I say about the dogs?
You know what? That's already 2 hours ago or 3 hours ago.
Well, hold on. But I didn't.
What'd you say about the dogs?
I don't know. It sounded like you said something else there for a second, Michelle.
Like you were about to slip in a word, but you backed out.
It's been 3 hours. I can't remember.
I just thought I heard something.
No.
All right. So I think Andrew thought he heard something too. So a couple of hours ago when we're leaving the house, I said, you know what? I wonder if we leave the kitchen radio on for the dogs.
Oh my gosh.
If they know that it's mommy and daddy on the radio. I think I'm going to start leaving the kitchen radio on for the dogs, and every once in a while we can go, hey, Gatsby, you okay? You thirsty? Go get some water.
All right, dude.
Scout?
Here's what
Scout?
all right. Here's what you got to do.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to do it, you got to do it right. You can't half-ass it.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get like a Ring camera that looks at the radio.
Oh, so I can see.
And then we got to record it, because if you say, hey, Gatsby, and you can't visually see the dog's reaction, then it does nothing. The dog can't call in on the studio lines.
Okay, let me just tell you, he thinks this is funny to do when when he was in the Philippines and he would FaceTime me. Let me see the dogs. And then I'd show him the dogs and he'd go, hi, Gatsby, hi, Gatsby.
And the dog had no reaction.
No reaction. Hi, Scout, it's Daddy. Guess what? Nothing. No response, no recognition at all that anybody was even calling their names.
Festa, do you have any response from the cake sitter lady?
No,
nothing.
She's gone.
Nothing. I don't
what?
think.
What is going on? I'm so disappointed. I wanted to start something up with the cake sitter lady.
A talented artist.
Oh,
I don't think she's posted anything new on her feed.
What if
in a couple of
something?
weeks.
What if something bad happened to her?
I know.
Yeah, like she left a knife in a cake and sat on.
Oh my God! Yeah, internal injuries or something.
No.
Or what if some sicko kidnapped her, kidnapped her or something? All right, so if you don't know what's going on, Fester found this woman on Instagram, and she bakes these nice, elaborate cakes in like a skimpy, sexy, tight outfit. She bakes cakes, and then she sits on them. And I guess guys are turned on by like the cake and the batter and the frosting and all the stuff like all jammed up in her Lycra workout shorts and everything, and all these women are all creamed up good with cake parts. And this woman now has disappeared? She hasn't posted?
Mm-mm.
I don't know how to see when this was posted.
The last one she did was that one in the...
No, 2 days ago.
Oh, so she just started back.
Yeah, as of last week, I looked and I didn't see anything. So she has a new one up, but she still hasn't replied back to my message.
How? You know what? I don't trust. I'm going to have to do this because I don't think you even know.
That one in the yellow is a new one, Fester.
Fester, you're a technological idiot. She's posting. She responds to people because people pay her to bake cakes and sit on them.
Okay, well, this is more okay. I haven't given her money to sit on a cake yet, but I kind of made an introduction to have some kind of engagement back and forth.
All right, Professor, just send me her link and I'll reach out to her because I'm guessing that you think you've tried to communicate with her, but you have no idea how to send a message.
Yeah, because the message I wrote is this. Ready? That's what I wrote her back, and she hasn't replied back. So I'm really waiting for it. You're right. I really don't know how to send a message. So I'll send you the link. Please take this off my phone.
Okay.
I was going to send her a follow-up. You want to know what that's going to sound like?
All right, stop. Hey, Michelle, I think we might have to call it quits.
Aw.
Finish that sentence.
Michelle, we might have to call it quits with our relationship.
Oh, I'm so
Are you,
sorry.
Yes, dude,
Are you-
Michelle wins that 100
All right,
times out of 100.
packing up, Fester.
Yeah, Michelle won that deal 1,000 times out of 1,000.
Andrew, what do you want to know?
Is there a prenup?
Little does Michelle know I did have one signed. She doesn't know she signed it, but she did.
I didn't sign crap.
I had you sign something else, but it was a prenup.
Okay, yeah. For what? For the all of nothing that you had when I married you?
You can't take my Supra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There.
That was about it.
No, the Supra was. I got the Supra after
All
we
right.
were married.
You can't have my BMW 3 something. Blah, blah,
Michelle,
blah.
you can keep your Saturn.
Yes, thank you. I get to keep my Saturn.
There is no prenup.
All right, what are you talking about? Give us the bigger picture.
I just want to point that out. There's no prenup. So, yeah, Michelle will take me to the cleaners. But listen, it would be like a 50-50 deal, right?
Yeah, chop.
Right? It'd be a chop shop, right?
Yeah.
Michelle, I think that we need to call it quits because I saw something over the weekend that disturbed me greatly. When I woke up this morning, I heard a disturbing sound. I said, when I woke up this morning, I heard a disturbing sound. Always got to work a Blues Brothers reference in. That's
Tired?
No, that's James Brown in the Triple Rock Church.
I thought you meant
where
you
Jake and
working-
Elwood, where they see the light, and that's when they become on a mission from God. All right, so I saw this over the weekend, and it's disturbing to me, Michelle.
What is that?
Being married now has been linked to an increased risk of dementia.
Well, that explains it for you then, huh?
Michelle says I'm getting a little more forgetful. I did leave my phone in the bathroom last week here at the station.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Is it that, or is it that you have somebody to point out you forgetting stuff? I mean, single guys don't have somebody nagging them every step of the way or everything they forget.
There is a new study out. There was a study that said that unmarried people had a significantly higher odds of developing dementia, but now, no. Researchers have now analyzed a big about face on that. There was some kind of study from 2019, but now researchers have looked at data from more than 24,000 Americans without dementia at the start of the study. Participants were tracked for up to 18 years, and now being married has been linked to an increased risk of dementia. I'll tell you what, I watched both of my grandmas. That's some scary stuff. So I think I just need to mitigate starting effective immediately, Michelle.
All right.
See
Bye.
you later. Yeah.
Bye, Felicia.
Can we still be friends?
You know what? No.
What the heck for?
All right. All right, I'm not going to break up with Michelle.
Yeah.
So I guess my risk of dementia is increased, though, if we stay together.
Because in your state of dementia, I'm the one who's going to be saving you and taking care of you.
Or leaving them out in the cold.
Or driving me to like Mobile, Alabama, and then driving off.
That's it.
Fester, don't give me any ideas.
Michelle, what if you...
MJ dumping.
What if, 15 years from now, MJ's situation's a little different, right?
I'll be 70.
We just daddy dump them.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
daddy dump them in Dothan, Alabama.
What do I tell my kids?
They'll understand.
I mean, there have been cases of like, there have been granny dumpings. It's terrible.
Yeah. It's awful.
They don't know who they are, and they
Yeah.
get dumped like hundreds of miles from home. That's terrible.
Well, yeah, then you can't tell anybody who you are, so then nobody could find me.
That's right. and you'd be like, I'm on the radio. Like, this guy has dementia.
Yeah.
Listen to my radio show.
It
I'm
is
doing early morons in
crazy.
the news.
He's crazy.
This guy's nuts.
I'm taking a break. This brings to a close over an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ.
Hey, Lou, look at the new guy in room 3. He
It's-
thinks he's doing a radio show.
All right, it's 8:53. All right, stop it. All right, 8:53. All right, hour 20 minutes plus of nonstop MJ has just ended. The 9 o'clock hour starts next. Did you see the name of this guy in Brevard County?
Oh, the best criminal name ever.
Oh my God!
This guy.
There is a criminal name, folks. You're not going to believe the name of this guy busted in Brevard County. This is must hear, and it's next, and a whole lot more on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Stand by. Is an NBC News special report. Now from New York, Fester Dolt. What the hell's Fester? Fester! Fester Dolt! Dude, we're back on the air! Fester Dolt! We just ran the special report intro! Dude, get your... Dude!
Sorry.
We're less than a half an hour away! Will Katy Perry, Gayle King, Oprah's bestie, Lauren Sanchez, due to get hitched to one of the richest guys in the world? Will they get launched into space? Will they survive? We'll find out in, well, the launch window opens up in like 27 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yeah, we're like less than 28 minutes away from something either going wonderfully or horribly.
They're doing the countdown. They have it T minus 28, 36, 35, 34.
What are you watching it on?
Yeah.
On YouTube.
Oh yeah, go to YouTube. We gotta bring this
They have
up.
the launch pad and they have the comms office or whatever they place, and also then a picture of the penis rocket.
Hang on. All right, let me put Channel 10 on because that's CBS. Oh look, yeah, see, yeah, you know, Gayle King is on this thing. So yeah, look. Hey, let me bring the audio up on CBS network right now.
Walking on that ramp where they are ringing the bell before they head into that capsule. It will reach 2,200 miles.
Why is it called the Ask Carmen line? Oh, no, it's RSS Carmen line.
It finally felt real when she got to see the rocket up close and personal this weekend.
Yeah, and
that thing does look like a giant dildo, doesn't it?
Some of those images of the crew walking up into the capsule, ringing that bell.
Yeah.
It is really
Michelle just gave me a look.
For these 6 extraordinary.
Oh, look, CBS is wall to wall.
Along with Gail, the crew, of course, includes pop superstar Katy Perry, former NASA rocket scientist Aisha Bowe, civil rights activist Amanda Wynn, film producer Carrie Ann Flynn, and award-winning journalist Lauren Sanchez.
Right.
They have been
award-winning journalist Lauren Sanchez.
Yesterday.
Oh no! She was an. That's right. She was like an anchor woman out in L.A. or something, right?
Getting ready
until she hit the Jeff Bezos bald ass lottery, right?
And I just told her that we all loved her, that we were all rooting for her. I'm already getting emotional. It's only about 30 minutes until this launch.
27 minutes.
And I've had
26 minutes and 5 seconds, according to the countdown launch on CBS.
And as you watch this show, I want you to
look at the graphic. Look at the graphic. Gail goes to space. Along with Katy Perry.
That's okay, though.
That's right.
Because they are grappling.
Oh, look at that. As they walk on the launch platform. Yeah, they're ringing a bell. Look at this. They're ringing a bell. Is that like some kind of good luck thing?
I guess.
They're ringing a bell like at Trader Joe's. Why do they ring the bell at Trader Joe's?
I think it's for good service.
Really?
Or epileptic seizures.
Hey, Andrew, can you look up why they ring the bell at Trader Joe's?
Or better yet, why they ring the bell at Blue Origin launches.
Yeah, well, exactly. Look up both and give me a full report.
Who we have been talking with all morning, who has a slightly better view
this
than.
This is mildly exciting. I'm actually looking forward to it. I hope everything goes well.
We will be here live to cover the launch. As the launch is supposed to happen in 25 minutes. That's when the launch window opens up at 9:30. So live coverage here on the MJ Morning Show. Do you think is ABC and CBS, are they going to be, I'm sorry, is ABC and NBC going to be covering this or just CBS?
They don't give a crap. Put Tom Brokaw on that thing and then suddenly NBC will care, but not right now.
You know what they ought to be doing? They ought to be running like the old CBS special music. You know, like when, seriously.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you know, when, where's my CBS special music? Hold on, I think I got it here. Yeah, right. They ought to run this music with Gayle King, like when Charlie Brown Christmas used to come on, or Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer when we were kids. That's terrible. All right, so we're watching this thing, and we'll obviously be back from break. We'll make sure we're back in ample time to hear the countdown and the whole thing.
The tip of this rocket is very tiny.
Stop this.
There's even 6 people in that thing. Look at it.
It's not a tiny tip.
Look at my screen. Look, I'm looking at a live feed right now of somebody climbing out. It's not a very large tip.
All right. 6 people fit comfortably inside of Bezos's tip.
Oh, was that Bezos that just came out of there?
Yeah,
Did he go in and
he walked the girls in,
and then he kissed her goodbye?
I guess so.
Ooh, one last kiss.
See you later, honey.
Yeah, he just delivered some Amazon Prime diapers for them to put on.
So
the thing has to launch properly with the rocket propulsion. Hopefully, it's not an issue. Then the capsule shoots up, and then the capsule comes back down via parachute. And, you know, there can't be any malfunction on the re-entry. But listen, essentially, this is a glorified carnival ride.
Why wouldn't Bezos do something where he has Gayle King, a significant media figure and personality in the United States, or in the world, and like somebody from NBC News, maybe one of their top, like Savannah Guthrie, right? Or or Hoda Kotb or something. Right.
She's gone.
Hoda's out.
Okay. Well, she has.
They wanted to cut her pay. She told them to F off.
Good for Hoda.
Yeah.
And or who's like Elizabeth Vargas from ABC? Somebody from each of the big networks.
I think she's in rehab.
Is she? I heard
Who's the one that had the
I think it was Elizabeth Vargas, but that was years ago. She's fixed now.
All right.
Okay.
What are you, friends with her?
She's fixed. Sounds like my carburetor.
She's fixed. Put some new parts on, just checks out fine.
Good for her.
Yeah. All right, moving along. Is this really the guy's name? Come on.
I thought they were joking.
Is this real?
I've met a lot of people.
Is this on the guy's birth certificate?
What?
I mean, thousands and thousands of people in my life. I've never met anybody with this name.
Guess who's been arrested for pushing workers at a Subway restaurant over in Brevard County on the other side of the state? 45-year-old guy. Edward Cocaine.
What?
I have never met the Cocaine family.
Michelle, look it up. Look it up.
It's everywhere.
I'll tell you, go and type in Edward Cocaine, and you read the freaking headline.
The first thing that comes up is your first choice for recovery. No Medicaid accepted from behavioral health.
Edward Cocaine is the first thing that comes up?
That's the sponsored ad whenever you type in a proper name and cocaine.
Find just scroll up a little bit.
News.
All right, Florida man.
Read it.
Named Edward Cocaine.
Yes.
He changed his name.
I mean, that's what I want to know. A 45-year-old guy was arrested, pushed workers at Subway over in Brevard.
Is that his birth name?
That's what I want to know. He pulled out a knife after he pushed them. Deputies said that on April 5th, the man later identified as Edward Cocaine went into the restaurant located at 390 St. Charles Avenue in Merritt Island with another man. Cocaine got into an argument with employees over what he believed were their bad attitudes. Tell you what, if I go into a Subway restaurant, they're going to be in a really bad attitude after I get done with them, because I'm going to bring in a picture of the latest subs in the latest Subway commercial, and I'm going to tell them, you make my sub look like the sub in the commercial, or I'm going to toss this place.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to ransack this place.
I'd be like, do it, sir.
Michelle said, I said to Michelle, would this be a funny video?
No.
That I get a picture of the subs that they're showing in the latest Subway commercial, and they look phenomenal. But, of course, they've had, like, food designers work on those sandwiches for, like, 2.5 days before they rolled tape, or film, But I think it'd be a funny thing is you walk into, like, a fast food restaurant, and you tell them, what you do is you unpack the burger, you unpack the sandwich, and you compare it to the exact same sandwich they show in an ad.
I did find an article that explains his last name.
All right. You found it?
Is it his birth name?
He says it is.
All right, hold on to that thought, because Andrew just found his full name. Andrew, what is his full name?
Edward Robert Joseph Cocaine.
All right, go ahead, Michelle. What do you find?
When his great-grandparents came over from Greece, they changed it. So they changed it from something that was unintelligible in the transcript to cocaine, and that was back in the 1920s.
So it really is cocaine?
Yeah.
Cocaine.
And it's a Greek name. Wow.
Well, whatever their Greek name was something close to that.
Like Kokonopolis or something like that? Or
And then, how they...
Cocapelli.
Yeah.
Cocapellis.
I would have kept it Cocapellis.
Cocapellis.
He says he's used to this his whole life.
Is Cocapelli still open?
I don't know.
According to the sheriff's office over in Brevard, not Broward, Brevard, Cocaine became so irate with the employees that yelling at them from across the counter was not enough.
No.
Deputies said Cocaine then went behind the counter and pushed one of the employees before pulling out a knife. Cocaine then raised the knife over his head, drawing it back in a manner suggestive of a potential stabbing. According to the probable cause affidavit, deputies said the man with cocaine tried to restrain him before both men left the restaurant.
Hold on, the man with the other man or the man with actual cocaine?
The man with the dragon tattoo.
You said the man with cocaine. I mean, who's the man with the cocaine?
No. The man
holder.
with the guy. All right. According to the release, deputies were able to track down Cocaine and arrested him on Wednesday. He faces charges of aggravated assault, burglary, or assault with a battery or blah blah blah. Whatever.
He's in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, he is,
and he's probably going to get banned from the subway for at least 6 months.
So, oh my God. So let me ask you a question. Was this guy coked up when he did this? Or what happens if he goes on a coke bender? What happens to Mr. Cocaine? If this is normal behavior, what happens if he actually does a few lines?
I mean, they're going to think you have a stuttering problem if you go to the emergency room. Sir, what's wrong? Cocaine. Who are you? Cocaine. Cocaine.
I mean, the guy's last name is Cocaine.
I've never met anybody with that name.
Never. How about Harry Heroin? Freddie Fentanyl.
I've met a Freddie Fentanyl once.
Oscar Oxy.
Yeah.
Contin.
Oxycontin. I've met an Oxycontin and an Oxycontin. Yes, I mean, I've met them both. Lovely people.
Oh, what about Xavier Xanax?
They both start with X.
Hey, how about Mary Methamphetamine?
Right?
Yeah.
She's lovely, beautiful person.
Oh my God. Andrew says I got to grab line 5.
Okay.
Someone's got the answer to why they ring that bell at Trader Joe's.
All right, let's go.
Valerie's in Holiday. Hey, Valerie, you're on the MJ Morning Show.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Doing
I
fine.
have a cold. I'm sorry.
I was about to say, would you like a lozenge?
No, I was laughing because I was in Trader Joe's the other day and I asked that question because I never knew. I thought it was good service too.
Why the hell you ringing the bell? What does it mean when they ring the bell at Trader Joe's?
I thought, did someone just give a good tip or something? But he said it's the way they communicate, to everyone in the store. Like if they need a manager, there's like a Morse code system or something they have between everyone.
Really?
But
if you what if you do what if you do the dashes and dots the right way? Is it like SOS in Trader Joe's?
Right. He didn't get into that detail, but
Was it 3 short,
basically
3 long, 3 short? Is that SOS?
I mean, if somebody can do Morse code still and they put it together and they start freaking out, get the hell out.
All right. We probably could have done a Google lookup on that as well.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Well,
Valerie,
I was in there now,
that's
so.
your name, Valerie?
Uh-huh.
Do you like the Steve Winwood song?
Long-time listener.
Well, thank you, Valerie. Do you know the Steve Winwood song?
I was pregnant with my son when you guys had Chloe, so they're the same age, so I've been listening that long.
Oh, look at that. So your son is like, 22 or 23?
Yep.
That's awesome. And Valerie, do you like the song Valerie by Steve Winwood? Do you know the song?
Yes, I do.
Do you like it or hate it?
My grandmother used to sing me that song.
She did. Yeah.
They're her own version, but that's where she got it.
Valerie, are you the same girl you used to be? Is that the lyric? Same. Yeah. Steve Winwood's still alive? Is he dead? I don't know. Oh, he's alive? Yeah, all right. Valerie, thank you, Valerie. Thanks for calling in.
You're welcome.
All right.
You guys have a great day.
I like the
Thank
other
you.
Valerie song.
Which one?
Isn't there like a Amy Winehouse Valerie version?
What now?
Isn't there another
Amy
Valerie
Winehouse?
song?
I don't know. All right. So guess who I ran into? Did you see my Instagram, Fester?
I saw it last night.
So guess who I ran into at West Shore Plaza yesterday? So I'm in the New Balance store because I ordered a couple of 990s.
That New Balance store is the best thing about West Shore Plaza.
Oh, it is. Listen,
Macy's is gone. Dick's is gone. Maggiano's is pretty good. I've always liked Maggiano's. Average to above average Italian fare, right?
I haven't been to Maggiano's in a long time. Remember, I've got these gift cards from 1999 when they opened.
You gotta use them.
I still want to go in there and try and use them.
I ever tell you about the Maggiano plates?
You stole Let me guess. You stole Maggiano's plates.
Not exactly, but kind of exactly.
Oh,
finish your story and I'll tell you about the Maggiano.
All right,
plates.
so I'm at the New Balance store at West Shore Plaza, and yes, West Shore Plaza is still open, folks. I love the New Balance store at West Shore Plaza. So I'm picking up my shoes. I got my credit card out, and I'm getting ready to jam my credit card chip into the machine, and the crew, Ken, they're behind the counter, and Christina. Anyway, so Ken, they're behind the counter. We've seen them. We've been there gone there for years. And they say, "Oh, there's Tony Dungy." I look behind, and Tony Dungy's just walking by. And apparently, Tony was in the store earlier. So I say, "Hey, hang on a sec." So I got my credit card, I left it in the machine, and I walk out because we've known Tony Dungy. Tony's been on a show before. Our kids danced at the same. What was the dance place that Chloe danced at on Beta Bay next to the hardware store, next to Beta Bay Hardware?
That was Torque Town.
It wasn't Torque Town.
Yeah, it's where Chloe learned to pop her butt.
Seriously, what was that?
It was
the
ballet school?
Oh, it was like serious ballet.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. That's what I used to tell her it was.
Tony Dungy's daughter did ballet at the same place where Chloe did ballet.
Okay.
And I picked up Chloe a couple times, and I saw Coach Dungy there, and we conversed. And, listen, he's obviously totally aware of the MJ Morning Show. So I walk out of the New Balance store. I say, "Hey, Coach." And I said, "Hey, it's MJ." MJ. I say, "MJ, how you doing?" And I'm like, "Hey, it's great. Hey, can I get a selfie?" so I can post it up on social media and get
so
all
awkward.
No, it's not awkward.
Grown-ass men asking other grown-ass men for selfies.
I said, can we get a picture real quick? And actually, there was someone walking by, and I asked them if they could take a shot because it's just better when someone else takes it. So I took a picture with Tony Dungy, and I said, Tony, it's great. Local legend, most famous guy in West Shore Plaza right now. He said, no, I don't have a radio show every morning like you.
Good point.
So look, I took a picture with Tony Dungy. It is on my Instagram right now, Certified MJ Radio. If you want to see the great Tony Dungy and me at West Shore Plaza yesterday afternoon about 5 o'clock, 4:45, 5 o'clock. If you want to see Coach Dungy and me, MJ, the picture's great. Nice picture. And it's on my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. Certified MJ Radio. It's already got 851 likes.
That's cool, man.
And a ton of comments. Yeah, it's a good-looking photo.
Coach Dungy's a great guy.
Yeah, I'm getting close to the Carmen line of shaving. You know,
starting to look a little shaggy.
Yeah, so I'm going to take the clippers today. I'm going to buzz that off down to a stubble.
Got a message earlier about how you look exceptionally homeless today.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I got it earlier in the show,
so
and
people think I look homeless. Oh wait, on MJ TV?
Yeah, on what did I say? I got to find it. But tell MJ, no offense, but holy crap, he looks homeless, unkempt. Let's keep it classy, MJ.
What? Hold on. In the photo with Tony Dungy or on MJ TV?
MJ TV. Today they're watching us on TV, and this came in this morning at 6:57, and it says how homeless you're looking.
Well, listen, my beard is just a little past.
A little scraggly.
Yeah, where it needs to be. All right. Andrew, can you text Max and Chris, the engineers? See if Max and Chris are in the building and ask them to come to the MJ Morning Show studio. That I've got a question for them.
Technical question.
I have a technical question, and it has to do with Michelle. So text them and see if they can just stop by here quickly, if you don't mind. All right, it's 9:21.
10 minutes.
Yeah, let's take our break now, this is right around the time where we do break. And then the final chunk of the MJ Morning Show is next. So we'll be back a little early because I want to be back about 9:28-ish. So we're a couple minutes before the supposed launch of Katy Perry, Gayle King, Jeff Bezos' fiance. Will everything go right? Or will something potentially go wrong? I mean, that's why people are watching this thing. It's like, well, there are some morbid pieces of crap out there that are hoping something goes wrong. I'm not. I want it to be a success.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, 9:21 at the MJ Morning Show. You got a lot of ground to cover. Oh, and if you want to see Tony Dungy and me, go to my Instagram right now. Leave a comment. Tony looks great. I look like a bum.
Yeah, about to say, you not so hot, but Coach looks great.
All right, so Certified MJ Radio is my Instagram, and give me a follow if you want. Certified MJ Radio. All right, the rocket launch with Katy Perry and Gayle King and Lauren Sanchez and 3 others who I don't know who the hell they are, happens, I guess, next, apparently, here on the MJ Morning Show and CBS. Ladies and gentlemen, T-minus 1 minute and 45 seconds. The final countdown. It could.
If there's something happened in orbit and then her lips would just live forever circling
All
the
right,
globe.
let's bring up CBS. Ladies and gentlemen, CBS. We are T-minus 15 seconds.
All right, let's watch this thing.
Yeah, let's watch it.
T-minus 10, 9,
yeah.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, command engine start, 2, 1, ignition.
All right, we have ignition. We have ignition, and it's off.
Liftoff.
It's left the launch pad.
Cleared the tower.
They've cleared the tower. Look at that wiener go.
Straight up.
Yeah. Wow. Katy Perry on board.
Oh, man.
All right. They are being delivered prime delivery to the delivery between 9:34 and 9:35 a.m.
Right. I don't know if these are technical terms, but how long before the shaft disconnects from the tip?
like a wiener decapitation?
I don't know. I mean, because it has to separate, right?
It does have to separate. Let me consult a urologist on that.
Mach 1, vehicle is supersonic.
Let me see if Dr. Malcolm Root is available to answer that question.
Engine back up to full throttle.
Supersonic, we have passed through max Q, maximum dynamic pressure. That's when the vehicle, the stresses between the atmosphere and the speed are at the maximum. So to punch through that is so important. You see the BE3 engines is firing beautifully. You see the
it looks like things are going okay.
behind it. Those ladies right now are having an incredible view on their way to space.
What are the G's they're pulling? Because I pulled 7.4 with the Blue Angels for 25 seconds.
Miles per hour. You're going to peak at about 2,300 miles an hour over Mach 3, three times the speed of sound.
By the way, Oprah is on hand. Oprah is there in Texas.
We'll have MECO, main engine cutoff. We will turn off the engine but the two craft, the capsule and the booster, will continue their ascent to space.
Jeff Bezos is watching. His head is jammed up looking. Jeff Bezos' fiance, Lauren Sanchez. Oh, they just had separation.
The main engine is turned off. We're now going to separate the capsule from the booster.
Oh, no, they turned the engine off. That's what I saw.
That's when all 6 astronauts are going to start to feel the weightlessness, and shortly thereafter, we're going to let them unbuckle.
All right.
Can they go to the camera inside the capsule?
They're supposed to have cameras on each of them.
So why are they not showing us?
We don't know.
Hold on, there's Oprah.
Watching her
Look,
best friend
Oprah.
go to space.
Oprah is like, it's like is she crying?
Oh my God.
Oprah's got her hand over her eyes and mouth.
I got tears in my eyes when I first heard the enormous burst of sound. Yeah. Dr. Mae Jemison is here with us to describe.
This is the CBS crew.
Zero G alert. Does that tell you anything?
Oh, so now there are no G's. Yeah, now they're weightless. So they're pulling no G's.
So what you saw were tons.
So now they're totally weightless.
They're in space right now.
Yeah.
We can still see them in the blue sky.
And that's the sound.
Oprah's been trying to pull 0 G's for years, trying to dump Gail.
Everybody wanted to see the cameras because they wanted to know if they were going to puke or piss themselves. That's what the people wanted to see. I'm reading the comments.
Where are you reading this from?
So Michelle's
Some
on the
YouTube.
CNN YouTube live feed.
All right.
And there's a comment box, which is fantastic.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
I think main engine cutoff maybe happened about.
All right, so we are 4 minutes in right now. The whole thing only lasts like 11 minutes. The whole thing, they hang out for a little bit. Again, this is like Jeff Bezos' Tower of Terror.
The main booster
it's like a carnival ride. This is really kind of a gimmicky space tourism thing.
Because we can actually hear them on the main feed.
The highest point in flight.
They can hear them, so they heard them all screaming inside the capsule.
1,000 feet, well over the Kármán
Is that them?
Yeah, that's them laughing or crying or...
Hold on, let's listen. I want Katie to sing like California Girls or something.
Unstrapped from their seats, they are floating, they are weightless, they are experiencing 0 G for the very first time in their lives.
Where's the camera? Come on, show
and
the
Katy
camera.
Perry did say that.
I experienced 0 G's, by the way, in Fat Albert.
1 minute warning. 1 minute warning.
So that is Capcom indicating a 1 minute warning for our astronauts to take in those last views before they get buckled back into their seats. At this point, both craft are descending already.
Are those them? I think those are.
Yes.
That's you can hear them talking.
Yes, that's the audio.
I think that was Gail King. I'm telling you, Katy Perry needs to sing. Come on, Katy, sing something. Katy Perry, Gail King, Lauren Sanchez, and 3 others who I don't know. Anything else comment-wise, Michelle, that you've seen on the YouTube?
That the flight is faster than Amazon Prime.
Oh, really? Are they coming down?
She's a dying star.
Hold on, has the parachute already...
Yes, they're coming down.
Oh, they're coming down?
Yes.
And they're about to get their buckle-up notice.
Kumba lasts longer than this at Busch Gardens.
Yeah. It's not a long ride.
They're coming down. Hold on, this thing is coming down.
Yeah.
It is dropped. Look, the camera even lost them. The thing is dropping fast. I hope this parachute works.
All astronauts are back in their seats. You see the 2 craft now that on the bottom. That is the rocket that is screaming back down to Earth.
And I hope the parachute launches properly.
People are actually posting in the comments, you missed the explosion. They're gone. And other people are like, what?
No, people are posting that?
Is it all connected still? Or is that just the booster?
Is that the booster?
I don't know. I don't know how this Blue Origin
No, that's not the tip. They're not. That's
tipless.
In half, and then in the last moments,
and there it is. We can see it from the stage.
There comes
all right.
the rocket.
Rest in peace, Katy Perry.
Its engine.
Katy is dead.
So the rocket just fired to stabilize the rocket reentry, and for them to land this.
This is something that had never
been
done before.
All right, so the rocket part is coming back right now.
Of science fiction that you're about to watch in just seconds.
All right, hang on.
This is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. So the rocket is coming down, and they're firing the stabilizing whatever that they're firing the rocket.
It's going to land perfectly.
Oh my God! Yeah, it looks like a perfect landing for the rocket.
Wow.
Like, so the rocket the reusable rocket is returned, and it looks like an absolutely perfect return. There's a huge dust storm, but it looks like a perfect return for the rocket. Oh yeah, rocket is totally upright, perfect return. All right, now let's hope that Gayle King, Katy Perry,
also remain upright
and Lauren Sanchez, let's hope they have a perfect return. Let's hope the parachute deploys and the thing doesn't hit the ground like a...
On target.
You see that dust kind of creates this dramatic cloud.
All right, so when the hell are they coming back? They should be coming back soon.
Like in 3 minutes, because we've been up for 8 minutes.
The echo across the mountains. Is that what I was hearing there?
That's what you were hearing. You hear the sonic boom.
What other comments are you seeing, Michelle?
It's a lot of like rest in R.I.P. Katy Perry with today's date and little
dead.
I know they're just people aren't watching. They're like, what happened to her? I missed it. Didn't you see the explosion?
All right, shortly here we're waiting to
Look, okay, the capsule's coming down right now. The capsule, the capsule's dropping like a freaking rock. All right, it just blew just a little explosion, and the parachute just got popped off. All right, the parachute has just come off of the head of the tip.
Did it catch?
All right, yeah. All right, the parachutes, more parachutes. All right, so hold on, here come the big parachute. 3 giant parachutes, looks like red and blue parachutes, just launched. And now the rocket, it's now Katy Perry, I think, is going to live. I think Katy Perry is going to live.
Maybe.
Yeah, all 3 of the parachutes deployed perfectly. And now the rocket tip, the head containing Katy Perry and Gayle King, it looks like it's fully under control. I mean, that thing was dropping like a freaking rock. And now it is like a controlled descent very slowly with 3 perfect deployments, it looks like, of the parachutes.
1,400 feet.
They are 1,400 feet up. That's the height I wish the Q105 transmitter was.
1,300
and not the
feet.
measly 570. All right.
With those parachutes fully deployed.
1,200 feet.
All right, here we go. 1,200 feet. It's totally controlled. Yeah, this is going to be an absolute success.
This is quite boring, actually.
You'll get your astronaut card punched.
Yeah.
Just over our shoulder here.
All right, it's about to touch down. Ladies and gentlemen, 600 feet, 500 feet. All right, about to touch down. All right, 470, 450, 400, 350 above the ground. The capsule is 250 feet away from touching down with a nice controlled parachute descent. We are just feet away. Ladies and gentlemen, touchdown is imminent. And they are back down. They have just plopped.
That was a sudden stop.
Yeah.
That's a hard landing.
There we are, folks.
They've just
successfully back on Earth. Let me just say, all of us here were excited. There were tears of joy as we saw it all unfold in front of our.
All right, there you go. So they're back.
That's amazing.
They are back.
It's interesting that only Katy Perry got so much hate. I mean, people only wanted her.
I mean, she's the most popular by 1,000 miles. I mean, honestly,
Hold on. You're telling me that nobody wanted Lauren Sanchez's boob jobs to pop?
No, all of the RIPs on this message board were for Katy Perry.
That's awful.
I know.
I wanted nothing to happen to. Although they did, it was a nice jolt hitting the ground.
Yeah.
So they were supposed to have cameras in there. So my guess is that they probably did not want to have it all, live streamed or live fed. So probably what they're going to do is edit it so that it's the best.
Yeah,
the video is reflected
they'll get
from
a lot of mileage out of this.
Yeah.
Where's the recovery crew? I want to see them open the capsule.
Wow.
Right now you can see the windows all around the capsule.
How far from the launch site are they?
So the parachutes have totally been strewn well beyond the capsule. The capsule is completely in the open. It appeared to be a hard landing, but I see waving inside. What is the blood splatter on the windows? No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. I'm kidding. spaghetti sauce. It was lunch.
Somebody wants to see the penis rocket in painted pink.
So they're waving. They're waving from the windows, and it looks like the recovery crews there's video on, it looks like the recovery vehicles that are racing to the scene. So right now they're on like this deserty road in Texas.
Just waiting.
And they're racing. They have vehicles that are racing toward the capsule to then let them out of the head, the tip.
The tip.
Just the tip.
That's all that's landed is JTT.
Yeah, just the tip. Yep. So, listen, it's pretty exciting, even though it's kind of a glorified carnival ride. You know, boom, you're up, you're down. Yeah, so I see, again, I see numerous trucks are racing to the scene where Blue Origin came down.
Would you ever want to take a ride like this?
Yeah, I would do that. Yeah.
No.
You know what I was saying? I've been. Yeah, I won't like skydive, but I would probably do this. Now, I have experienced weightlessness, and I'm not talking about scuba diving, because scuba diving is, you know, there are a lot of astronauts they did scuba dive to get the feeling of what it feels like. So that's one of the reasons why I love scuba diving. But I have experienced zero Gs for a couple of seconds. And that's when I was on, I've had the good fortune to fly with the Blue Angels inside Fat Albert, which is the C-130 with the JATO, the jet-assisted takeoff. And so I was able to go, there was one of the air shows at MacDill. You know what? It was the same year where I was supposed to ride in Blue Angels number 7, but the plane broke, and then I had to later on go to Pensacola to fly with the Blue Angels, which was even better because I got a really spectacular ride up at their base in Pensacola when I flew in the FA-18. But that same air show, they invited me to fly in Fat Albert, and that's the C-130, and it's got a jet-assisted rocket takeoff, and it just takes off. It's unbelievable. It takes off like a rocket, and once you hit the peak and then you start to fall, you unbuckle and you get to feel some weightlessness in the cabin for a couple of seconds. So I was able to feel that in Fat Albert, which again, my gratitude will never be forgotten for the Blue Angels team for both those experiences of Fat Albert as well as riding of the FA-18. Amazing stuff.
That's cool stuff.
Anyway,
man.
Listen, they're back on the ground. I don't see the crews have arrived, but there is hands are.
Somebody's panicking. They're hitting the window.
No, they're not.
Let me out of here.
All right, vehicles have arrived. The vehicles have arrived on the scene. I want to see if Gail King has like vomit chunks all over her,
somebody's going to come
flight
out
suit.
A mess.
All right, so the vehicles, look, they're on the scene. Before we shut things down, I want to see them open the capsule, and I want to see Gail King and Katy Perry.
So already the conspiracies are starting that since there was no footage from inside the capsule, BS.
They weren't really in it.
Maybe nobody was in it.
Oh, they're gonna swap. They're gonna swap them out right now.
I don't know. I mean,
there's no conspiracy. Anyway, 1, 2, 3. It looks like 4 vehicles have arrived at the scene. Looks like you got a guy with a toolbox. Looks like the Maytag repairman.
Yeah, he's taking out a ratchet set.
The door's busted.
The guy's got a tool kit.
They need a locksmith.
So they're gonna open up the door. We're looking at a live stream right now. Hang on, CBS. What are they saying?
Helps us to understand that.
Blah blah blah.
Yeah, blah blah.
So they're about to open up the door, and let's see them walk out. That's what I want to see. Fester, bring up your audio on the internet feed.
All right, hold
on. Yeah, click on that. Yeah.
Also, yeah, the emotions are high because it's so exciting and energizing. And gosh, Kristen, Ariane, I don't know what to say. I did.
All right, so they have multiple vehicles on the scene, and now they have a whole crew. People are surrounding the craft, the pod.
Just let them out already.
Yeah, let them out. I want to talk about I want to see what they look like when they get out of this thing.
They're changing their suits probably.
They're changing their diapers right now.
Yeah, they had little extra suits underneath their seats or something.
Did they really? No. They're doing a wardrobe change right now?
Well, if they puked or pissed themselves, yes. I mean, honestly, would you want to come out of there like the whole world supposedly is like watching? They are okay. The one positive thing that you see mentioned a couple of times, I'll just say is that they're hoping. I think that by seeing a whole team of females, right, go up in space, it sort of encourages girls to be excited or interested in aeronautics.
Try to get into the space program or study astrophysics or aeronautics.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, that's always.
They can do it. You can do it.
Oh, by the way, Gail King wants you to know that the Cash Kitty is back in about 12 minutes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So the Cash Kitty and your shot at $1,000 cash happens at 10 o'clock. It is now 9:49. So the Cash Kitty's on the way in 11 minutes. That's as long as this whole mission took. All right. So the Cash Kitty and $1,000 could be yours at 10 o'clock. Listen up for the new word and the text line where to text it. It's always the same. It's always 45911. All right, so get ready for the new word in just a few minutes. Cash Kitty is on at 10 o'clock again. And then 12 noon, 3 p.m., and 5 p.m. today, your chance to win $5,000 every single day. We got $5,000 up for grabs, all starting at 8 a.m. with the MJ Morning Show. All right, come on, let them out. I want to shut the damn show down, but I don't want to.
No.
What is that, a stretcher? Do they have a stretcher out?
Yeah, we can't abandon now. We got to stick with this.
I mean, if they want to get them out safely.
All right, stations, we might go a little late. MJ Morning Show affiliates, we might go a little late here.
I'll tell the one station.
All right, what is that? Q105, 104.7 FM, Tampa Bay.
Hey, Rick, we're running a little late. All right, we're done.
Come on, let them out. Oh, they're not doing a close-up now. They're doing
the wide
I'm telling
shot.
you. See, this is all going to lead to a conspiracy because now you can't see them coming out.
Yeah, hang on.
What's happening?
Yeah, they probably want the high-quality,
I mean, this whole thing's going to come
cameras
out in a little docu-series or a documentary show where it's going to be produced nicely, and you're going to see the cameras from inside the capsule, and then you're going to see the cameras on the ground where they get to walk out.
You think any one of them took their phones and they're like surreptitiously kind of filming what's going on?
I bet you they all.
I'm sure they all had camera phones with them. Absolutely. Any more comments that you're reading? Read some of the conspiratorial comments that you're seeing on the live feed.
Well, right now they're none of those are on there right now.
Okay, they've scrolled.
Katy Perry might not sing after this.
What? Her vocal cords got crushed in zero gravity?
Yes.
That's pretty funny.
Another word, there's a big debate over whether you can really call them astronauts.
Right.
So people are like, no, you can call them astronauts, but it's N-O-T-S instead of N-A-U-T-S. Right.
Astronauts, N-O-T-S?
Yeah.
They got a lot of people on scene now. More
they need
vehicles.
some time to recover from slamming into the ground.
I wonder if there's any chance of any vertebrae misalignment or any damage. Yeah. You know what? I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. If Katy Perry, if you have any kind of spinal injury or call the Kemp Law Group. Accident or rocket fall, you call Kemp Law.
This whole thing has been quite anticlimactic.
Yeah, it's like, come on, let them out.
This flight was faster than my husband.
What?
I'm reading the comments.
This flight was faster than my husband.
That's what the comments are saying.
Yes.
I don't know what that means.
They've put a little staircase. First of all, the thing is like right on the ground, but they've put like a little stairway with railings on the side.
I mean, you'd hate for somebody to twist their ankle.
Like a gangway.
Wait, does it meet code? Got to go measure it.
Yeah.
Make sure it meets code.
All right, come on. I don't want to shut the show down until they open up the door and let them out. They're like prisoners now. Let them out.
All right.
All right. It looks like they're standing up inside, though. It looks like they've unbuckled. Oh, it looks like okay. I think
here we go.
I think they're opening the door.
Put the audio up.
Oh,
she almost got her fingers pinched.
That is correct. That is Jeff Bezos, our founder, on the left.
Yeah, Jeff Bezos is right next to the pod.
Crew member 7.
All right. Come on, open the freaking Jeff. Open the door. Let them out.
NS-31, New Shepard's 31st mission to space, our 11th human space flight from all.
Oh, look at all the cameras now. They got mics and mic booms. They've got a whole production crew on the ground.
That's why they had to wait for the media to come.
Yeah, we listen. I can't shut things down now. I got to wait for them to open the door. All right, looks like we're getting close.
The opening of the hatch, so we can get some views
open the
from our
hatch.
6 new astronauts.
He could have dressed up a little bit for this, don't you think?
No, he's too rich for that.
I mean, jeans and a black T-shirt. Come on.
Come
That's
on.
so basic.
I'm
And I would imagine
waiting.
Lauren Sanchez in seat.
What is does Jeff Bezos have an axe in his hand? What is he holding?
That's like the super power wrench to open up the door.
Come on,
Well,
is
the
that what
door's
it
already
is?
been opened.
Is the door cracked?
It is.
Then let them out.
And then last in number 6 is Carrie Ann. That is the window on the right.
All right, come on. All right.
Canyon.
Some lady is shaking the staircase now.
She's trying to look busy.
Yeah, the staircase looks
See
solid.
those vans arriving.
let's
those
make
are
sure it can
friends
hold
and
them.
family.
Oh, they're waiting for friends and family to arrive.
Oh, jeez, my God, you're
killing
And that's
us.
Carrie Ann.
They are. They're
looking
killing
out
us.
The window, in the window to the right there.
I mean, the rescue trucks
Lauren
got there quickly,
Sanchez
but
on the
vans.
left, and you really get a
Oh, my
sense for just how
God.
big these windows are.
I mean, I'm
when
waiting
you're
and
inside this
waiting
capsule,
and
it's
waiting
almost
and
as though you're
waiting. It's
getting a
like,
full
oh my
360
God, it's like
panoramic view.
it's
One
like a
of the-
Tom Petty. Let him out.
That's nice, but make them bigger.
All right.
And
This is
when
crazy.
You get here,
I got the cash kitty coming up. I gotta shut it off because
They've been on the ground longer than they've been in the air.
Uh-huh. Yes, exactly.
All right, listen, I got to get the spots in before 10 o'clock because the cash kitty's coming up.
Damn
All
cat.
right, we got to go. Folks, all right, they're not letting them out. They're prisoners inside the penis rocket. All right, we got to roll. We'll see you back here tomorrow. MJ Morning Show on Q105. And let's be careful out there. Wait a sec. Nope, they're letting them out right now. Here we go. All right, the door's open. All right, they're letting them out. All right, they're letting them out right now. All right, who's out first? That's not Katy Perry.
It's got to be her.
All right, they're all walking. Oh, that's Sanchez.
Yeah.
Lauren Sanchez is missing an implant. It flew off in space. All right.
Where are my babies?
Is that Katy Perry? Katy Perry's next. Katy Perry looking up to the sky. Katy Perry is off. Gail King has expired. Oh, Katy Perry's just kissed the dirt. Katy Perry just kissed the ground. All right, we got to go. All right, they're walking out now. Folks, we'll see you tomorrow. MJ Morning Show, Q105.
The Q105 app is your connection to all the big contests. Powered by Anna Jar and Levine, accident attorney.